What is going on? Clicking, copying the link to get in. There we go. Let's see who joins. No, Matt's going to be coming in. Let's see. Hope everybody's going to have a good Friday night. Talking vintage. Talking whatever. Anybody want to join in? I got no viewers right now. It's okay. I'll just talk to myself. What would I say to myself? Ooh, got 2 viewers. Who's in there? Who is in here? Say hello. Or join me. There's nobody here. Yes, there is. Hello, Adam, John. If you want to join in, you can join in. I know it's kind of boring right now, the beginning of everything. It always is. I know, John, you're ready. How many days we got left, John, for next year's national? What are we down to? 330. What's it? 342 days, 343 days. What's up, Matt?
Hey, Dave. How we doing, sir?
Oh, I'm good. Look at the new room you got going on there.
That's a little chaos still. At least I didn't walk up there at 7:55 like I normally do. I'd have been in a world of hurt.
Move, scoot over so I can see the room.
So I'm probably going the wrong way, but it's like so far it's just all my few things I was able to bring up from downstairs.
Oh,
I got some work to do.
Okay. You know, I almost got that sign too, that MLB sign.
Yeah, the head of the Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Yeah, they were discounting all their stuff. So I got the Sandlot picture back there, and then the Heartland statues back there. We got in that card shop in Chicago.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a lot of work to do, but I got a few things organized enough to be set up. So got my computer. Sarah helped me get the monitor set up and desk set up, so I can do this.
Are you gonna put your Hank Aaron posters between?
Yeah, they're here. I just gotta.
Oh no! Like I was gonna say, are you gonna put them like behind you between the windows?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't decided where they're gonna go yet. That's what we gotta figure out.
Okay. Oh.
There's Tyrus.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Matt,
Scott.
Tyrus, Dave.
Look, I got a.
Nice. You wore it. I couldn't find mine. I was gonna try to put it on too.
Oh, you lost it? Like my card?
It's here. No, I have your card here somewhere.
Hope Orlando. Hope you're enjoying Orlando. I hope you're enjoying your visit with your daughter.
Let me pull up the live stream. I'm on mute.
So Scott, what have you been up to besides, participating in some card shows and selling some stuff?
Not too much. Getting ready for a wedding in October, so daughter's getting married.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you have any pickups after the national or no?
Oh yeah. Had a PSA DNA reveal the other night. Got some good autographs back.
Okay. I'm still catching up on people's videos. Like big time, still trying to catch
Everybody's still catching up.
Like because it's like up. Well, everybody's doing their recap video, and then they're doing other stuff too. So I'm just like trying to catch up on everybody's stuff and trying to stay current, and that's crazy.
Yeah, Scott did a live stream the other night to go through like almost an hour. It looks like I missed it. I watched it the next morning on the way to work. It's good.
Yeah, started out as a PSA DNA reveal and turned into a lot of distractions.
40 minutes of exhibits and your transagram box, which is awesome. Bunch of national pickups.
Yeah, went through them again.
They're awesome.
No thanks. You guys had some pretty good ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I wish I'm ready for next year. 11 months. We're almost there.
So you guys want to know what I did with all mine? Here it is. It's still in a stack. Matt, this is it.
That T3 is huge, man. That's awesome.
Oh, I got my T3s back after the Nationals too.
Oh.
So
How many do you have?
4.
4. Who do you have?
You
You got to show them off now. I'm gonna solo you.
Let me see who I have here. No big names.
Orlando said he went to a card show in Tampa today. I posted a video. Oh yeah, that's the Chance.
Chief Myers.
No, who?
Chief Myers.
Okay. Oh dang, I did have you solo up there. Yeah, for some reason. Why was I thinking Chance? He was on my brain. I was reading a bunch of dead ball error guy stuff today. So
that's Sullivan.
Such a beautiful.
And this one is Jordan and Herzog at first.
That's really nice. So there's like, what, 77 of those? Is that right, Dave or Scott? You guys know?
No, there's 126, but there's boxers mixed in.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know, like on the back. Hey Ken, like I know, like what is it like? I think that's a series 1, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Because and then 76 they put, was it Jack?
Jack Johnson, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
See him at the bottom there.
Yeah. See, it's kind of like yours is showing like a little bit like mine's 1 through 76, and then you got yours from what is that number from?
It goes from 77 to 126.
126. Okay.
I think that might be the only.
No, because I heard like somewhere where they did. Here, I'll just do mine like in the back. So. Like the original, like the first series didn't have Jack Johnson on it, and then the second series added it, I think. And then, correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. They're really nice guys.
My first series don't have. I've got 2 without Johnson. They only got up to 75. Then this one for some reason they put in a giant holder.
Who's that?
Here's the other holders. That's Ira Thomas.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Are all yours checklist back, or do you have an add back?
All checklist. They wouldn't grade the one that had somebody put writing on and erased.
Really? I don't know, like, because mine has writing on the back of it.
Yeah, I've got that, but someone wrote on the front of one of them and then erased it. I don't think they like erasing.
Okay.
So
later, John. So
Adam and John and Ken.
Yeah, well, John
Orlando.
said he has to go. Hey, Adam, if you want to jump in, the link is there. You can, jump in if you want to. And, glad always, to get to know new people in the hobby.
But I just found Adam's Card Closet too recently, and he's got almost 1,000 subs or close to it.
Geez.
I had no idea. Yes, I'm way behind on his channel, but I've been watching a few of the videos lately. Really nice stuff.
Yeah, a lot of nice Chipper Jones.
Yeah, Larry Chipper Jones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off station here where you guys have a conversation. I got to make sure that I'm subbed to him.
Here's some cards I'm gonna send in.
Oh, that's
That's
nice. Is that the decal edge or?
Yeah. The old peachy.
Oh, peachy is blank back, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a couple of this guy.
Ooh, nice.
I've heard of that guy. Both the domestic version I see, right? Are those O-Pee-Chee too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I picked up a stack of O-Pee-Chees, and I'm going to send Yastrzemski, and I'm going to send Carew in also.
So, I mean, being up north by Canada, it's a lot easier to get the O-Pee-Chee stuff. But do you find that it's like at a cheaper cost? Like,
Not really. Seems like the Canadians know what they got. The only way you make money is on the exchange rate.
okay.
So if you go to the bank when you go up there and you get, I don't know,
1.3, right?
yeah.
Roughly.
So you get like $130 for a $100 bill. And then you can spend that and pay their full retail prices and buy things for 70%.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never even been to Canada.
You lived that close before and you never went?
I used
Never
to.
went.
I grew up a mile from the border, so
Oh, wow.
we played little league teams from Canada, and we played high school basketball teams from Canada. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
It's different.
Have you gone to a card show up there?
Yeah, been to Winnipeg card shows. Gordie Howe was signing at one of them. That was pretty nice. I got his autograph there. Stood in line for an hour and a half for Gordie Howe.
What's going on, guys?
God, how we doing, sir?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he snuck in on me.
I've missed you all.
Yeah,
I missed you too.
We're just talking about Cleveland. Here you are. Perfect.
There I am.
Right on cue.
What have you been up to? Like, I got two Scots here, so
Yeah. This other Scott, though, he's so nice. He could be Canadian.
Hey,
well, you're close to Canada too, eh?
Not that close.
Well, over the river.
Right.
Hey, Jim. Picker Jim's with us.
Yep. Sorry,
my dad had a field. My dad had a field like about. There's one field between our field and the Canadian border, so could actually look at Canada while I'm working in the field, which I would just listen to their radio stations. They had some pretty good radio stations. Played some
That's
pretty good classic rock channels from back in that day. They were just regular rock channels.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the '90s stuff's classic rock now, is what I understand. So my kids tell me everything I listen to is old. So
But
got a lot of the Guess Who, a lot of Neil Young. They play the Canadian groups forever.
okay. Yeah, it's like get off subject there, but the music, sounds like my kids, they start listening to some of it and they think it's new because it's in a movie, like a newer movie. And I was like, that was back in the day. They're like, how do you know the words to this? I'm like, I grew up listening to this.
yeah.
Mhm.
So Scott, post National Blues, of course.
Right.
Have you picked up anything, or are you window shopping, or?
There's a card I'm looking at tonight. Actually, it's going off in about an hour.
Okay. What is it, so I can bid against you? No.
I don't think I'm going to get it. It's a Tattoo Orbit Earl Averill. It's in a 6.
Oh, that's out of my league.
Yeah.
I prefer the low grade stuff.
But you never
Buy it
know.
raw and then grade it.
I know. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have the raw. I don't know how you always find all the raw deals.
You got to find them first, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that
haven't
blue
seen one
exhibit I
often,
had. Yeah, the blue exhibit I had in my VR today. That one I found at the National. The guy that had all the wax packs. I asked him if he had in exhibits, and he pulls a box out from behind his table and had a whole bunch of exhibits there. There's a lot of stuff there that didn't make it to the showcases at the National.
Mm-hmm.
Just had to dig.
I just kept forgetting to ask people if they had more stuff behind their, underneath the tables or stuff. It was just my plan did not go accordingly. So I was like, watching everybody else's stuff, and I'm like, man, I should have walked around with this person or this person and started digging a little bit more. I'm walking around with Matt, and he's just looking at showcase stuff and buying, or I'm finding stuff for Matt, and he's buying.
Yeah, sounds about right. God did a good job with that. Stu did a good job with that at Dallas Card Show back in May. I'm looking forward to September, November, Scott. I need help. You always find the cards I need.
Should be there in November.
November? All right. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, there's a channel I just found this week. Someone did a shout out to him, the Vintage Card Nerd. He sets up at the Dallas Card Show. I had no idea. His name's Ronnie. Have you guys seen his channel?
Vintage Card Nerd.
Yeah, he and his son JB, I think, maybe, or JB, I want to say. They set up at every Dallas Card Show. They were at the Fort Worth Card Show this weekend. I went to. I didn't know I didn't find the channel after the card show. I would have talked to him, but.
Yeah, I'm not Vintage Card Nerd. I got Vintage Card Curator.
Yeah, Vintage Card Nerd, all one word.
Okay, yeah, I don't got that one.
I think he's around 100 and something. But they do a lot of reveals. But he's like he sells and collects, and I'm not sure the word. He probably wouldn't use the word invest, but I think he has a lot of sets. He's a set collector.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it here. 184 subs. All right, I'll sub to him. There.
There we go. With our shout out to him. Chris Missouri will be happy.
Got more subs than me.
I know. I got to do my VR for 4 collectors. I'm like, they already have like more subs than I do, so I'm not sure they need any help, but that's fine. I'm looking forward to shouting out 4 of their channels at least.
Hey, I hit 155 today. I was surprised. Like the lowest man on the totem pole in the group.
It's quality over quantity, Dave.
Yeah.
No, I just got to put more time into it. Put out more stuff.
Your man Don Mossy is very popular, Scott. I tried to get that tattoo, that 60 tattoo. I was going to get for it. It went crazy. It went for over $50, I think. I was like, you got to be.
Wow.
Like, I don't think it was even. Yeah, it was just ungraded. Those things are actually. I don't know. Maybe they're just more rare than I thought.
I appreciate you looking out.
Oh yeah, no, I found a few other items, and I found your address again today, so I'll get something in the mail. Dave knows my mailing habits, which aren't great, so I need to get it out soon. Last time I bought something for someone, they bought it for themselves before I could ship it, so I got to get better.
Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here. Impact player. What's his name? I can't.
Josh.
Josh. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh.
I have to meet up with Josh. Josh, I have to meet up with you.
Is he in your area?
He's in Michigan.
Okay. You got a couple Michiganders right here.
Ronda's got a good point there, Dave.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
that's
friends,
true.
not subs that count.
Who says it? They're not subs, they're friends. I can't remember.
Eddie says that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Scott says it's their best friends.
Right.
yeah. Your best
Got
friend.
Drew with us.
I try to one up Eddie.
Yeah, Drew, you hop on, man. The link is in. I'll post the link in again. If you want to join.
Yeah, I was way late to see Drew's channel too. I watched all the videos already, like in a couple of days this week.
Yeah, he was such a nice guy at the National too.
Yeah, he got that Willie Mays he was looking for to finish that set.
Man, I met so many people. I didn't even get to see some of the stuff they even got. It was like Dylan. We're talking to Dylan, and Dylan's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I got this." Or didn't even see some things, or like John Mangini was like, "Here, I got this one card," and then he has like others in his coat pocket. And he's not sharing. So
He came dressed to the nines, man. He was ready to go. I was impressed. It was so hot in there. He was still wearing like a sport coat or a suit. I was like, oh my goodness.
well, that's all good. I want to show you. I put your stickers on
Nice.
my bottle.
Don Mossy, nice.
You know.
Excuse me.
And I got Dylan's the shark down here from his wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I didn't get one of his personal stickers, which is all good.
So Scott, you said you did me right, Scott, with these recommendations. I've been curling up next to these every night. My wife's real happy. These are both really good. If anyone hasn't read this Sports Punter's Bible. Oh my goodness! It's cool because they put even the names in the back of this thing. Back in the day, all the serious collectors had their names there. It's like Dr. Beckett was in there. But the person that I got mine from, they were collecting the Johnson cookie sets.
Hey, Alex.
Which is pretty awesome. What are the chances the person that get their book?
Hey, Alex.
Hey guys.
Hey, Alex.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, it's all good. You know, just at the right time when Matt's talking about books.
I know. Well, we need Adam to come read, Vintage Sanctuary to come read from the baseball or bubblegum card war book, right?
No, I think. How's that book vary from this one?
Yeah, so they split this. This is what I got. I'm not sure if I got the right run, Scott. I might not have got it, but it has like, I don't know, half vintage, and then it breaks into like the modern. So it's 2010.
Yeah. Mine does too.
But I found
It's got everything in it.
Yeah, all the way through 2010. I found like 4 Aaron items I didn't even know existed, so that's always fun.
Yeah, I used to just page through it just to see what was out there.
Yeah, I paged through all of Vintage in one night.
It's a lot cheaper than eBay because they can't buy anything out of it.
Jeez. So Alex, what have you been up to?
Honestly, I've been grading. So just finished the quarter for the summer. So I've just been staring at projects all day. So it's nice to take a break and not look at work.
So you go from like looking at one thing on a screen to another thing on a screen.
Yes.
That's our life nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple weeks off here, so hoping to get away from the computer for a little while, but
okay,
it's all good. I mean, like hobby stuff is always a nice break.
I might have a work trip coming up down there. If I do get to come down, I know I'm only like 3 hours from you, but if I come down for this work trip,
let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get together. Get over to the house.
Okay. Love to hang out in that room right there and see that stuff, you know, because like just see all your stuff, talk some pre-war, because it's great. Like I was digging into Saber today and reading bios of certain players because, you know, I'm on the Discord. Matt's on the Discord with me, and people are having like, you know, the fan craze cards and T206s, and it's just certain players, and I'm like, who is this player? And I was just like, look it up, and I'm just like, okay, he didn't have a great career, but he did certain things in his career that were pretty cool. You know, what was it? Freddie Parent. That was one of the cards, and I looked him up, and I was just like, he saved Cy Young's perfect game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, that's interesting. And then there's another one. I can't remember who the player was, but yeah, I'm just digging in. You know, like Joe Tinker, Nap Lajoie. You know, just keep reading all these people's stuff, their bios, and it's just amazing of the stuff that's in there. I'm like, I don't know why I just didn't dig in this earlier.
Probably because you had a lot of other stuff to do, right? Like you get into that stuff and you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, like hours have gone by.
Yes.
It's tough, but it's fun.
Because it's like you're reading somebody's like bio and there's like certain names that are described. And you're like, well, who's this person? And you click on it. And next thing is another rabbit hole.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, I know Drew's in the comments. He does like a long form version of kind of what Alex did, like for 53 tops. He's going through and doing like, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 minutes on each player. It's really awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out. He's doing like 5 players an episode. About like 15, 20 minutes, but it's really, really good.
Okay.
He's just going in number order. So definitely recommend it. I wouldn't have enjoyed it so far.
Which channel is that?
Clean, cheap shots.
Clean cheap shots. I gotta look that up.
He's in the comments here.
Yes, Orlando going down the pre-war rabbit hole.
I think everyone has post-national. Feels like everyone I'm seeing picking up awesome stuff. I mean, we all watched that Ramley episode the other night with you and Doug, Alex. That was incredible. I watched it on a replay, unfortunately. But it
Yeah,
was really, really good.
yeah, which
Cool,
made
yeah,
me dig
appreciate
into
it.
other things.
Yeah, it was totally random, but it was a lot of
All
fun.
my stuff's finally getting back.
Yeah,
And then that Sandy Koufax video you did was really cool. I don't know how you did that thing at the end. I don't know how you made that work. You obviously have to explain it to us one day. People that aren't technology literate or capable. How you made that card like I don't know how you did. Did you find a website that does that, or you did it yourself? Or
Yeah, I mean, the short version is you hollow out the image, and then you just put whatever you want behind it. I mean, it would take me like 15-20 minutes to show you, and then you could do it yourself. It's not too tricky. It's just getting started that kind of like can be a little tricky, but once you're in there, it's not bad.
it was really neat.
is it a special software?
No, I mean, I just did it in the same thing that it's called DaVinci Resolve, but I mean, honestly, you can do it in pretty much any software. Yeah.
Okay.
But just for fun, just messing around.
Okay.
We got Mookie in here now too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mookie's got a great channel.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Well, Mookie should jump on this one.
I'm happy you got the 86 tops. Was it Kelvin? We're gonna forget his name. You got that autograph. That was awesome. You got it certified. At the East Coast National this weekend. I watched that video. Really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Drew is wondering, Alex.
Yep. Yeah, DaVinci, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. I mean, honestly, with like YouTube stuff, you don't have to pay
There you
for
go.
anything. I mean, maybe if you want to buy lights and stuff like that, but honestly, you can just use your like lamps around the house and editing software that's free. You're good to go.
Okay. Old man memory.
I knew it was Kelvin. I was halfway right. I just couldn't remember the last name for the life of me.
So you didn't get to go to the National this year, Alex. So did you pick up anything to make yourself feel better?
Yes. The Red Heart Stand Usual was 100% to make myself feel better for missing the National. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really hoping to go next year though. Got to get to Cleveland. I'm really waiting for Scott's like tips on how to survive in Cleveland. That's what I really want to get
I'm
into.
almost done with that. I'm hoping to release that tomorrow.
Awesome.
You picked up that nice Matthews card too, Alex. So 53 tops. I really like that one.
Yeah, I've got like a short list of my favorite 53 tops, and that one's on there for sure. Love that one.
Oh, that math. Yes. Yeah. The 53, the year 53 was perfect for cards.
Yeah.
Both companies, just perfect.
I'm totally satisfied with the 50s in general. I mean,
then the same,
but-
the
but-
stuff that's on your shirt.
Huh? Mine?
Yeah,
Oh,
Johnston's
nice.
cookie started then.
That's great.
I had to wear it in honor of Matt, but the only Johnston cookie, card I got, was the short printed, Bobby Thompson,
Oh, nice.
not in great condition, but you know what? I don't care. It's,
Yeah. All those cards are beautiful.
had to get the Bobby Thompson from my collection. I feel like I'm almost like in a weird way of doing a player run on him and different cards. So,
I mean, but talking about impacts, right? Obviously, you got the main thing that happened to him, but then his injury let Hank Aaron slide in there, right? So,
That's
mhm.
right.
I mean, it's just crazy. Everything's connected, right? That's what's interesting. No player is a common player. Everyone's got a story.
Totally
including
true.
Eddie Wakis, of course, right, Alex?
Oh yeah.
Alex shows up and Wakis shows up.
You gotta get it
Absolutely.
at least one mention in every video you're in, right? So
It's been a while actually. I need
Okay.
to pick up a Wakis card. I've
I
got
just-
a couple. I want to get the TV one, the little TV Wakis.
Of the 55 Bowman.
yeah, I got that one here somewhere.
Yeah, I got it too.
Oh, everybody leaves.
Well, I had to go get it.
I do not.
Yeah,
have
that
one
one's
Wakis
cool,
card.
but I'm talking about I forget what it's called, but it's like
The little black and white one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that set is called.
Oh, the Hocus Pocus, whatever those or
I guess so. I've got it somewhere, but I have to look it up.
do you find yours, Dave, or no?
Scott's drawing Eddie Wakis
That's even better.
cards.
No,
I'd save a lot of money if I knew how to draw like Scott. I would just draw all the cards I want. Save myself a fortune.
Still got my McIntyre.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. There it is in person.
You know,
Josh has it. It's a Drake's card. That's right.
Yeah, because
There's the exhibit rainbow for Eddie.
Oh wow. No, that's a rainbow right there.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the two back ones? There, just
One has
different-
Chicago on it, and the other one doesn't.
Oh, I see it on the
On the
jersey.
uniform.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting. Didn't even notice that.
The one I was talking about is a 1950 Drake's,
Drake's, okay.
Yeah.
and it says like TV baseball series at the top, and then there's like this little TV, and it's all black and white.
Yeah, because Mike Moynihan has like a reprint one on his desk.
Okay.
I think something. I can't remember who the player is, but I think he has one in the background, or did.
That basement find you had was pretty crazy. Well, not basement find, but the basement video with he and everyone else, Scott, Chris and Dave's dad stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all watch the live last night? Where they were selling some stuff. He and JT.
No.
Oh yeah, I mean I saw it happen. I didn't have a chance to pop in for too long, but looked like it went pretty well.
Yeah, I picked up a few things. Here you go. Just because Scott's here, gotta get
There it
Mossy in
is.
there for you.
There's that handsome devil.
Look at those ears.
That's a short print.
Oh, there you go. That's Tiger. So this isn't my book, but I'm acting like these are mine. I haven't found Wakis. If you ever found them, I guess I can give up. This is not the right set anyway. Charlie Grimm. Who was the channel that? Remember, Alex? There was one of your videos. Someone came in and they were like the grandson or something or nephew of Charlie Grimm, the manager for the Braves.
That's right. You know what's crazy is over the past 5 years, every couple weeks I'll get a comment on, especially my Bowman Color videos, where it's like, "Oh, that's my great grandfather," or "That's my great uncle," or whatever. And it's just like it's incredible that there's all these people are like looking up their ancestors and seeing what there is on YouTube. And yeah, we had somebody come into the live one time, and it was I think it was Charlie Grimm. Yeah.
Because they had the Gowdy card. They mentioned that they had the Gowdy card, and that was like from 33, I think. And then obviously, I know he's in the Johnson Cookies set, at least the 54, I think. 53 or
Right.
54.
So Orlando, I have all of his like regular issue cards. I'm still missing some oddball stuff. I just pick it up when I find it.
So, well, like what's the obscure stuff that you're missing?
Well, Matt found. What did you find? Yeah, it was a
60 Tops tattoo.
yeah. That kind of
Mossy tattoo, awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. That's what I was trying to get at. Then I realized, I'm like, I wonder if Scott's bidding on this. So I kind of like backed off because I showed it to him like with, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes left. And I'm like, well, I didn't really say if I'm going to bid or not. So I'll be more clear next time.
I wasn't bidding. I'm trying to behave.
Yeah. I
Guys
picked
were
up the
talking
air from
about
that
Charlie
set.
Grimm.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Charlie Grimm, did anybody notice that Charlie Grimm, Charles Denby cigar card at the National?
No.
Probably didn't notice. It looks like a photo about the size of a postcard. There was one guy there that had them, and you just never see those. The
Yeah, I
Charles
missed
Denby
it.
cards. It's pretty cool to
Mhm.
see one.
What year is that from?
32, I believe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's not much during that time period at all, right? There's kind of a gap there in cards during the Great Depression.
Right.
There was some other stuff going
It'll
on.
be in one of your catalogs you just got.
Hello, Drew. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Hey, Drew.
Is this your first live, Drew?
it is. I'm wondering
Drew.
if it's working.
You're doing
good.
fine, just fine so far.
You hit the right button, you're good.
Any
There's no
boogers?
echo. You already
I'm
won.
good.
Yeah. You missed a spot.
So sometimes I make up my own Mossy cards. So I made a little rainbow out of the 58s.
Oh, whoa.
So we got
That's
red,
really cool.
yellow letters. We got the pink. And red with black. There's an orange. Going the wrong way.
Do you have the yellow one?
Well, that's the normal one.
Normal one, yeah.
The green.
Wow.
Teal.
Super fan.
Green. There's a blue one.
This is crazy. That's awesome. Dang.
Where's the chat at on the right hand side? Educate me.
There's the cat. What about it?
So there, when I was watching you guys, there was a chat.
Oh, okay.
So where?
Yeah, if you look way over on the right, there's like a column at the top that should say comments if you're in StreamYard.
Oh, got it. It was in private chat. Gotcha. Thanks. I've learned something.
You know, sometimes I think it was in John 3 to 80's kid. For some reason, I can see the chat, but I can't reply into the chat, only privately to the group. That was it. So if I was messaging, I had to go on my phone and message that way. But anybody else have that issue or
I think
ever
you
had?
have to somehow like attach StreamYard to your YouTube account.
Yeah. Mine says join the chat, but I'd have to click on a bunch of stuff and attach it to YouTube to do it.
Who's got time for that?
Yeah.
No, not me. I
I'll
just do a
just let
separate setup.
Dave read us the comments.
So Scott, reindeer, working on any projects right now or no?
Yeah, I've been working on my 2024 national video, and my day job's been kind of busy, so I'm not getting as much painting done as I want to. But I got a project I'm kind of excited about,
Awesome.
but it's a secret.
Yeah, it always is.
Always a secret, yeah.
Only for my best friends.
Who's yelling?
That was Tyrus. I don't know why Tyrus is yelling.
Yeah, where's Tyrus
Yeah,
at?
audio.
I paid to talk to Tyrus tonight, Matt. Where's he at?
He just walked by and gave me the look.
What do you mean you
I'm in
can't?
I'm in a new location. I used to be upstairs where it was a little quieter, but my AC went out. It was 102 up there, so I thought better than not to record from up there tonight.
Well, we get a sneak peek into the new room, anyways.
Well, it's forced to move to protect whatever I have left.
Hey Matt, I'm curious, is there like anybody that Tyrus has like at school or anywhere like in the community that is also collecting that's his age?
I mean, not really. No one at school. They all collect like Pokemon, or
Okay.
they're really big into sports, right? So he's like definitely want to watch like football this year. We are just talking about it earlier, and so that's good. But they just don't collect cards really. Other than there's one guy that Andy Van Slyke's like his Andy Van Slyke's like nephew that he goes to
Whoa.
school with. So we all know that guy, right? That's kind of cool. But yeah, apart from that, so he had a bunch of cards that he brought over one time. But it was great. It was perfect because he brought them all over and they were all bent up, and it was like, this is awesome. That's how it's supposed to be, right? And I'm like, here, you bought some holders for those, but they're already too far gone, right?
Why don't you offer rubber bands?
Exactly. Hey, you want to come say hi real quick? Here comes Tyrus just for a minute. Got a big group of people now.
Hey, Tyra.
Say hi.
Hey, Tyrus.
Hey, Tyrus.
Remove the solo so you can see everybody.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Drew from Clean Sheep Shots is down there. You know Scott Ranger Studios. Yeah. Alex Bowman 53 does all the Sunday night ones we used to chat in when he first got on YouTube. And then, of course, you know Scott. And yeah, you know Dave. I'm kidding.
Yes, Grayson's looking forward to hanging out with you next year, Tyrus.
I know, 11 months.
Yeah,
11 months
333
we'll
days.
be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah. Be at the Cleveland-Detroit game. That should be interesting, huh, Scott?
It should be.
Yeah, my wife's when we go to Chicago in 2 years, she's wanting to go to like a day trip where we rent a bus and go to the Field of Dreams in Iowa. Like if we all go like a day early, we just rent like a bus and go to the Field of Dreams, go visit it, like leave at 6 or 7 in the morning because it's like a 3 hour, 4 hour drive, right? But rent like just a big bus like businesses do, right? Just all go there.
That's a great
Whoever
idea.
wants to go.
I'm down.
I'm sure we get enough YouTubers to fill it up, right? If we put it out there soon enough.
That'd be a great idea. Like YouTube meetup at
That's my wife. That's not my idea. She's here acting like she's bowing, curtsy, whatever the word is.
Hi, Sarah.
Dave says hi. Phillies are hanging in there, Alex. It's a little closer.
I
than I'd
mean,
like it
as
to
long
be.
as I'm happy, as long as it's entertaining, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, it's all good.
Well, you want it to be just close enough where you don't blow up the team, right? That's always the goal.
Yes. I
Because you're in for 3 or 4 years of misery.
Right.
Alex and Stu, were you guys at the National this year?
Yep.
I
I
was
was
not.
not Alex.
I was not. Were you there, Drew?
Yeah.
Was that your first time, or have you been before?
No, that was my first National.
Awesome.
I live in Nebraska, so it wasn't a bad drive.
Right.
So
You're close to Rude Dog, right? And Vintage Card Steve, or
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, I run into them in shows here quite often.
have they come over and seen your collection?
No,
Okay. What you buy anything after the National?
at the National.
No, after.
Oh, after. The only thing I bought is something not even interesting. I don't even know how to do this, but it's just a 55. I'm trying to do a grade. I'm moving on from 53 to 55 now. I'm doing the graded set. So,
And what were your pickups at the National?
well, really just one card.
just one card.
Oh wow,
Okay. Ooh, man.
That'll play.
that's
Nice
a good
card.
one card to get.
Yeah, that was it. That's the last card I needed for my 20-year journey of putting that completely graded set together. So,
Wow.
So
Well,
were
I
you going
guess
to shows in Nebraska in the 80s?
in the
True.
80s, yeah,
Yeah. So was I. Fireman's Hall, Sokol Hall.
yep.
Does
Yeah, I
Tuva
think
still
I
have a
read-
card shop there?
In Omaha.
Is there still a Tuva?
Oh,
Tuva's
yeah.
card shop?
Tuba's still there. It's not a place I'd probably go to often, but yeah,
Okay.
across from the Nebraska Furniture Mart, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 other shops that I'm aware of in Omaha, and Lincoln's. I live in Lincoln. We've only got one shop here.
Okay.
And you said you lived in Omaha for a little while. I think I saw that in a video or something, or you
Yeah.
commented.
Yeah, I was there for 4 years, late 80s. So I went to a few shows. We're probably at the same show and we didn't know each other then. So
Yeah. Well, apparently we were at the same national one.
yeah,
A few people there.
You guys didn't meet at the YouTube
Yeah.
get together on Thursday night?
I was there Thursday. I don't know. Were you there Thursday?
yeah, I was there Thursday. I missed a lot of people. There's so many people to talk to that you couldn't get to everybody.
Yeah.
That's true. And I'm
I didn't even get to
relatively,
half the people there. I missed at least 150 people.
I'm relatively new, so I was trying to. I only knew a few people, so I tried to put names and channels together. And
Well, look at that. You made more friends. See, next year's national will be even better.
I was on a mission this year to find that maze, so I was moving pretty quick on this show floor.
Are you just collecting all the Hall of Famers from the 53, or?
No, every single card from the set I've got graded.
Oh, dang.
Awesome.
The
What's the
maze,
lowest grade?
the lowest grade is a 2. That's the Willie Mays.
Okay. And your highest grade, 53?
7.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't think I've got an 8.
How do you store a 53 set graded?
Say again?
How do you store a graded 53 set?
I recently purchased a cabinet. I'm looking in your guys' background, but it's a pretty nice cabinet. It's Home Plate, I think. They're out of Washington or Oregon. They were at the show. And so I put all the Hall of Famers in there, and then I take the rest of them and I put in a kind of a fireproof safe. It should be the other way around. The Hall of Famers probably should be in the safe.
Okay.
But you kind of want to see them, so, you got to enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much research time goes into the videos with the 5 cards? It's got to be a lot. I mean, you give a lot of information.
Yeah,
Pictures of items, all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, it actually is a lot of research. Some of the players, I mean, obviously the Jackie Robinson, you don't have to do as much research. It's easy to find, but in other cases, like, let's see, the story about Johnny. I don't know if you watched it, but little Johnny Bushman. That took a long time to actually connect him to the player, Sam Jones. So, yeah, I don't know, to put a number on it. I don't know, probably per player, a couple hours, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Yeah, to do the research, to do the narration, to do the the PowerPoint. I do it in a PowerPoint, and then I convert it over to a video.
Yeah, it's really good. Really well done.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm doing.
I enjoyed it.
I don't edit.
Like I said, I'm edit free, so I watch Alex videos, I watch your videos, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I push play or record, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you mentioned Jackie Robinson, and you did mention Jackie Robinson, didn't you?
You did.
Yeah. So, like, now he's not Jackie, but he was the one that was interviewed to come up.
Oh yes. Yeah.
That was the one you got like for free, right? Is that the one?
Yeah. It's the what's this? The caramel Cuban card. Yeah. I was with Orlando when I got that one. Right time, right place. Thanks to Orlando for introducing me to Ryan on that one.
Orlando's great. I don't know if he's still here, but I spent quite a bit of time with him on, I don't know, one Saturday, I think, at the show. So, fun to get to know him.
Yeah, because he's the one that, before I got that card, he came over and helped me out with this one here.
Oh, nice.
Carl Hubble. The Cuban card. I'm not going to say the name of the bat, what it is, because I'll probably jack it up. And then when I got that, Matt was there too, Matt and Tyrus.
Yep. Yeah, Hammer's asking to see your other card you got, that deal.
Huh?
Hammer's asking you to see that card right there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's, I don't know. That was my big boy purchase, and Matt can testify. I mean, it took a lot out of me just to purchase something.
But once you broke the seal, Dave, you were good to go.
Yeah.
Then it was like, here, look what I got, man. I got a pile of cards just now. And then I was the one only buying a handful. I think I only bought 3 or 4 cards.
Well, I did. So my first day purchase, what was that, on Wednesday when we went in, was this one.
But you knew that going in, though, right? You basically kind of already knew you were buying one of those.
I knew when I was buying that one, but I was trying to save my money up for.
What's the significance of that card, Dave?
The Roberto Clemente.
Clemente. What's the significance?
It's out of his collection.
What's it say on the top? Yeah, it says it on the top there, doesn't it?
Yeah, right there. And then on the back it has the COA, and I believe it's signed by his wife Vera. So, I got there in time before I showed Adam Splendid Sports and everybody else where the booth was, and they were picked over by that time. So I got in at the right time and stuff. And then what else was there that I picked up a bunch of Z-Nut cards while I was there. I think it was like 8 of them. Yeah.
You went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they were cheap. I mean, crap. I'm still learning about this set. I think there was like 3,600 cards or something in it, because it ran for years.
Yeah, like 30 years, I think, of issuance, right? Pacific Coast League cards, but just like John Mangini, though, every card $3, right? That's what you tell your wife.
Yeah. Here. I mean, I got to dig into more of these players and stuff and see their history. It's like I know Adam Bench's Sanctuary. He looked up this, like he stopped playing or moved up to the big leagues right before Joe DiMaggio joined the Seals.
What do the backs look like, Dave?
They're just all blank.
Oh, okay.
Are they like cream colored or white? I can't remember.
They're like kind of like a cream in the back. And then then I picked up this 35, Gaudy. I couldn't pass that with Chuck Klein, I guess, print on the back of it. And then my last purchase.
Complete the puzzle.
I have never thought about doing that, but I mean, that can be kind of pricey just for a puzzle.
Once you start something, you got to finish it.
Yeah, I know. But the last card that I picked up, and I was like, you know what? This card popped up, spoke to me, and I was like, all right, made a deal on it. And then after that, I was like, I got to stop spending. It was the T205 Joe Tinker.
Nice.
So
some nice pickups.
So I felt like an adult and buying some big boy cards. So
welcome to pre-war. Now it's getting really expensive.
Yeah, I know.
I mostly hang out in the 50s and 60s where you can find cards. Pretty plentiful. Other than some of the really, really weird oddball ones.
I blame Alex anyways for this.
My pleasure, man. I mean, hey, if you get, I mean, it's not for everybody, because some people don't have a connection to those players because, never saw them play, don't really know them. But if you get a kick out of learning about them and reading about them, then I think it can be a blast. All those stories, and plus you have fantastic players like Mathewson and Johnson, and just
and great haircuts.
And
Yes.
amazing
Yes.
haircuts. Yeah.
Wasn't the story on McIntyre like due to his hair? I think Doug mentioned it. Due to his hair, they thought he was like crazy because of his.
Well, there was an article written that proposed that that was the case, but they couldn't find any evidence that well, actually they thought he had some kind of an illness.
I'm just wondering like what probing happened to find out he was normal.
Yeah. I think they like took the photograph in the middle of him shaving his head. I think that's what happened.
I'd like to see like a premium of that photo. You know, like
Yeah.
Oh,
Get
Dylan,
the type 1 photo of that.
I gotta do something. Dylan, did I get that right? Shaka.
Yeah, there you go. It's perfect, Drew.
I'd never heard that before, and I wrote him one time and said, "Shocker."
Careful. The fake tires is in here.
He goes, "No, Shaka."
Wichita State Shockers, right?
Yeah, we don't do that in Nebraska very often. I'm learning.
that's funny.
Yeah, that was a great national. That was our first one. I'm counting down the days. It's that bad.
Was that your first one, Matt?
That was our first one, yeah, for everyone. It came to Arlington in the late 80s, but I didn't go, and so that was our first time to go. It was tremendous. Overwhelming, but tremendous.
Yeah. None of us seen everything. Did you? The only one I think that saw everything was Scott. I think Scott probably saw everything.
And he only had 3 days. He did it all like Thursday through Saturday. He was gone.
One of my favorite things to do is, it's been a while. I can't wait. I'm
Talking
hoping
to
go
me?
next year.
Yeah, you Scott. You digging through everything there.
Like, what do you got back there in your briefcase? You're keeping it. Hold on. Let's see what you got. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I love, and I hope I get to do this next year. Is when you like randomly run into somebody as you're walking the floor, or you walk in with somebody. Is to walk the floor with another collector, and whether you're helping them or you're just kind of watching them, like what they're looking for and how they go about, not just their collecting, but also how do they pick a card and the condition that they're looking for, and just what do they spot and what are they interested in. It's so cool because, you can watch it on YouTube and like, oh yeah, I got this card, I got that card. But when you actually get to be there while they're kind of looking at stuff and hunting for stuff, it's so fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did
Absolutely.
that with Ty's Cobb. I texted Theo to try to get a hold of Chris from Missouri on Friday night because I wanted to look at it on Saturday and get Tyrus's T205 Cobb. And so they all met up with us there and got more than one opinion that way rather than just be picking one up without. It's a lot of money to spend. I want to make sure it looked good to everyone else, right?
Sure.
So that was fun. Everyone was there. We got a picture with everyone. So yeah, it's a blast to do that. Especially like the big cards like that, or big cards for me.
Yeah, and I got my T3 right there at the same time you bought the
Yeah.
cow.
It's expensive 10 minutes. But yeah, no, it's a blast.
Mike said he'll walk the floor with you, Alex. You can teach him a few things.
I don't know about what, but sure, let's do it. Yeah.
See,
Mike's the one that gets the good deals.
Mike gets there on Tuesday and Wednesday and gets to walk the floor while we're eagerly waiting at our house or hotel rooms, right, to get in.
Right.
We're like, open. He's already there scooping up the deals with his media pass.
It's Monday afternoon. And he's like, my national recap video, day 1.
Day -2 or whatever, yeah.
He probably has a key.
Ray just gives him an extra key to get in. Yeah.
I got one of my best deals just walking out.
What you get?
Yeah, I got one of my best deals walking out Thursday at the end of the show. I looked at a display case, and this was sitting in it.
Oh, wow.
49 Leaf Premium. And I asked the guy how much he wanted for it. And he said $100, and I said, sure. I didn't even argue.
That's incredible.
That's gorgeous.
I was surprised it was sitting in a display case for that price Thursday afternoon after a day and a half of the show. Figured someone would see it.
I'm surprised that's not in Santa Ana already, Scott. Like, why is that not being slabbed up for protection?
So he didn't
on
have a
my
price
list.
on it?
It's on the pile. It's on the pile to go.
It's got to be going, right? Yeah. I was gonna say.
After I picked it up, he had $150 marked on it. So
Okay.
Oh, hey, Ray, I guess we're full. Only 6 people on the screen. Let's see. Ray from Philly's in the background holding on.
All right, tell you what, I got to go anyway. So let Ray let one Philly guy replace
Come
the
in.
other Philly guy.
Okay. Well, thanks, Alex.
Good
for
to see you,
coming
Alex.
on.
Yeah, Alex.
Good to see you, Alex.
See you guys.
All right. Adding on. Ray.
Literally,
Hey.
another Phillies hat right there, already on, ready to go.
Just took one Phillies hat and replaced it with another.
Yeah.
How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Good. How you doing?
This comment here from Eddie, it cracks me up because YouTube goats. Yeah, I see 3 YouTube goats on here. There's 3 not YouTube goats yet.
Well, some of you guys I've never met before. I've never met Scott, Reindeer Studios.
Right?
I've never met you before, Scott. How you doing?
What's up with that, Ray?
How you doing? Hey?
Good.
I came on to see if you could draw me a shirt.
All right, Chris from Missouri. You do it.
Yeah, that was a cool shirt, you guys.
Yeah.
I like that shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How's everyone doing, man? Drew, Matt, Stukes. It's the first time I'm meeting all you guys.
Nice to
Mhm.
meet you, Ray.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Ray.
Thank
I've been
you.
watching your channel for a couple of years. I mean, since I've been watching YouTube, Sports Cards
I
channel.
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I like that top 300. That's my favorite video you do when you pull the book out.
Yeah. That Mike Paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a bear.
You know,
Man, now
I-
you're in the home stretch of like going to be some time in between each pickup, right?
Yeah. Yeah. When I first started that, it was like I was flying, like getting 2, 3 a week. Now it's like 3 or 4 a year. Once you get up there, it's like forget it. No return. You can't stop. And then it's like, oh my god, now they're just so far and few between.
Yeah.
So, where's everybody from, man? Where's obviously you know where I'm from.
Billy?
Yeah.
Texas, DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth area for me.
Cool.
I live in Columbia, South Carolina.
Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Okay.
Cleveland.
So you'll be definitely going next year.
Yep.
I'm in Nebraska.
Nebraska. Nice to meet you, Drew.
Nice to meet you, Ray.
You know,
Anybody
we're
going
meeting-
to another show in Ohio called Strongsville?
Yes,
Yep.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. That's my first time going.
What
And
is
I heard
it?
so much about it. I heard about it. It's been around.
Ouch. Mike's keeping
Nah,
it real.
that's my oldest friend, man. That is my oldest friend on this community. We go way back, man. Now I've heard about it a few years ago, and then it's more and more people have told me about it. It's like it's a huge vintage show, so it's all vintage, 100% vintage,
No, it's not.
99% vintage.
It's not huge, but it is 100%.
Right. I was
Like,
talking to Chris. He said it's like maybe 100 tables.
Yeah, it's really good show though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, they haven't released dates yet. I looked this week for dates for it. I haven't seen it. The Pittsburgh
Yeah.
show has dates for May already, though. I saw those drop this week.
It's probably going to be April, like
Yeah.
last year. I'm hoping, so
Last year was April 15th, and I just emailed them this week to see if they knew anything yet. But
so did
haven't
I.
heard back.
So we're all checking already. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So
I was trying to
I'm
figure out a
gonna
way to do a
start-
few shows next year. Like February's Burbank or Anaheim, whatever. And then March is the Nashville show. I want to go to a bunch of shows. Not as bad as like Ryan Nolan, but maybe one a month. That's what I'm trying to do. One of the bigger ones.
Yeah. Well, the regional shows are getting better and bigger now. It's not just the national. I mean, there's like Chantilly is great, and Texas show is getting really good now, and Well, it's been good since day one, and New York White Plains, and they're sprouting up all over the place. So, you know, all these other shows are getting really, really good. Philly show, where I'm at, is getting even better now. It's Philly show is the oldest show in the country. It started in '75, and I never really liked the Philly show for years ago because they only had Philadelphia players, and you know, if you wanted to see outside of Philadelphia players, you had to go to the National. But now they're getting more outside of the, like Ricky Henderson, Johnny Bench, and Andre Dawson, Vladimir Guerrero. Like, it's getting better now. And the guy who owns the Philly show is going to be the owner of the National now next year in 2024, Joe Drellick.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
so
often do they have the Philly show? Is it once a year?
No, it's 3 times a year. Used to be 4.
Now, is your highway fixed? That one highway that collapsed? Is that all?
Yeah, that wasn't that big of a deal. I-95, yeah, they fixed it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So should we see better VIP signers next year? 'Cause-
I would think so.
I was like, really? Like, who's this guy? He played one season. He caught a ball.
Yeah. When I went in 2016 to VIP, I was like, oh, wow, these are free. And then I saw the names. I'm like, yeah, they're free. But it's all good. I mean, it's, you know, it's still a lot of fun. So what's everyone doing tonight? I was just going through a bunch of stuff.
I'm just sitting here talking crap to each other, and you know, just figuring out what everybody else has been up to, and you know, having people come on and talk and whatever.
Cool.
That's what this show is all about, Ray. Is just it's unprepared and live.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at it. You know, I'm unprepared. I go live and I have people come on.
Hey, that's the way to do it. Freestyling.
You know, so I invite everybody on, you know, so, you know, the first couple of minutes is very boring because it's just me on there. And then I wait for Matt to show up. And then it's everybody else.
And it stays boring. And then Scott comes in and helps me out. Usually.
Yeah. Or
One or
Orlando
two Scots
comes in, you know, so I always have somebody come in and like take over the show, which is great, you know, so.
So,
you know,
so Ray,
huh?
I was gonna ask Ray, like the master set, you got to do the master set. It's only a couple hundred cards, right?
For what, Schmidt?
Yeah, I was so happy to do the master set. Then you change this to the master, the tops master.
I know. I'll probably still do the master set. So
there you go. I'm doing error, and there's like 432 cards. It's like, oh my goodness.
Let me tell you, I always wondered why I never did more of the Schmidt stuff, and then I was like, yeah, I'll do the master set. And I bought a few cards a couple weeks ago. There was a show around here at the DoubleTree Hotel at the airport. And then I looked again. I was like, wow, 721 cards. I don't know if I would ever, it's not so much the size, it's the cards aren't out there. Like, I was looking up, there's just 50% of the cards, there was none up for sale. You know, some of the rare food and beverage companies like Hostess or Drake's or Dairy Queen or all these other weird food and beverage companies that I'd looked to see if there was any for sale, and there was none. I'm like, it's not so much the amount of cards, it's just finding any graded, unless you buy them raw and submit them grade, you know, to get graded. But I said, well, maybe I'll just do the master top set. But knowing me, I'll probably just grab any Schmidt card I see and put it in the master set.
There you go. Yeah, the
Why not?
has a super set that's like 1,100 cards. So
wow.
I haven't fully committed to it yet, but I'm not ignoring it either. Let's put it that
now
way.
that's probably cards like after his career too, then, right?
Yeah, it's like stuff
a super
like
set. Yeah,
stuff like these, like just random stuff from like the 80s, right?
And plus
it's not that much money, you know. It's just finding them because no one's gotten all of that stuff graded, And so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of them ungraded, right? So I have about 500, 1,100 cards, but only like
wow, that's good.
only a couple hundred graded, if that makes sense, right?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a journey. But
So
it's
Matt, what
fun.
are you going to do? Are you going to cross everything over to PSA? Did you decide?
I need to. So they've been doing specials. They like this month is the 60s, and so I want to submit. I have a bunch of ungraded 60s, like the Topps Transfer and a few other ones I picked up ungraded. So like $15 is probably as cheap as we're going to see from PSA, I'm assuming, right? So, but then even then, like the bulk deals, a lot of the stuff's less than $300, right? Which I think is the bulk price limit or value limit, whatever you want to call it. And so like $19, let them crack it out themselves. I'm not even going to crack stuff. I don't know how to do that. I saw the struggle on trying to crack some of the stuff. So I'm like, for $4, can I just pay someone to do this for me?
Matt, you're not supposed to bring that up.
I'm joking. I didn't name names. I was just going to throw it out there. See
Chris on
I like the one that just kind of slid out the side. That was nice.
you should
Yeah.
should watch the video where Hey, Matt.
What?
Yeah.
Matt, you should watch the video where Chris, baseball collector investor, cracks the slab. He does a pretty good job.
Okay.
Where you get a screwdriver and you pound the nail in, or you pound a screwdriver into the two corners and
God.
then pry it open after that.
That's hurting just hearing that. You get a
It
screwdriver
works
and a
pretty-
what?
You put a towel over it so it doesn't splatter.
Could you see me doing that with the Johnson cookies or home run
And a
derby?
hammer.
I think I'd be crying. There's no way.
No way, man.
No way.
It slipped.
Even my rookie card is in a CSG or whatever it is.
And then you
I
got
can't crack that.
And then you got the issue where SGC does and stuff like that.
Well, there's some
Right.
stuff
Where
that
you can't
PSA won't
cross
grade,
over.
right? PSA won't grade like that Topps puzzle. So I'm like, I guess I'm perpetually stuck in a GAI
Right.
folder. And it's like, oh my goodness, I really want that protected, right? Because that thing's flimsy.
Yeah. I tried it once. I got a pair of pliers and
Yeah.
went right to the corners. And it was actually really easy. You just cracked the two corners on the top and then it just split open. And it was real.
Which company was it?
PSA.
Okay.
Yeah. I just went right to the corners, right to the point, and you just cracked off a piece of the point, and then I went to another corner, and you got a flat screwdriver just to get in between, and it split really, really easy. There was no pieces. It just went done
Ray,
like a clam.
Ray, why don't you do one right now? We're live. This ought to be
All right, hold on.
I seen
Let me
somebody
get-
like they took like wire cutters and just got it like right in here in the corner.
I'll get my Shohei rookie since he's hurt. What the hell?
Oh, did I really
Scale.
talk you into one?
Yeah.
Oh, Ray's going solo for this.
Yeah.
Nah, I only did it once.
Here we
No, I
go.
ain't doing it, man.
He's joking. He's joking. Yeah.
I was kidding.
I'm not even serious. I was popcorn. Get ready.
I was kidding.
I hear you gotta get a baggie up and put the baggie around it, though, right?
Could you imagine? Oh my God.
That'd be a great video if someone got like a table saw out and they took the card and ran through and then pried it open. All the
we could
different
get
ways you
Patino
can
man
crack
to
a
do
slab.
something like that. He would do it.
You know, a few years ago, the first card
Yeah.
I ever cracked out, I used a bandsaw.
Really?
Yep.
How'd that go?
It actually went really well. But the bandsaw, it's got lower RPMs, so you
Right.
don't burn the plastic. It actually turned out really well.
Okay.
I still had to pry it open with a screwdriver, but I was able to cut that top flip open.
Yeah, I'm sure when they crack it open, they got certain kind of tools like that too. They get stuff sent back to them all the time to get regraded or reholdered. So they should do a video. Dylan.
Well, let's get Dylan on here to crack one open. I'd love to see that.
Sure, he's got a few cards that aren't centered 100% just yet. He's working through.
This one ain't centered. Trim.
I got a split, guys. It's fun talking to you.
Good luck with your auction, Scott. Hope
I
you
All
get
right,
it.
won.
Scott.
See you, Scott.
Nice
What?
meeting you, man.
Yep, I won my
Take care.
roll.
Oh,
You're our
congrats.
best friend.
The tattoo
Congrats.
orbit. Sweet.
Nice.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Take
Later.
care.
Scott.
Later.
And then there was 5.
Stukes, I saw a picture of you on, I think it was Facebook at a show. You met somebody. Do you
Dustin.
do shows? Yeah.
Dustin Blake. Yeah.
Are you a dealer
Dustin
at
and
shows?
Blake. Sometimes
Okay.
it's the second one I did this year. It's first one was back in February or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Do it once in
Cool.
a while. Don't get rich, but I get rid of a lot of junk.
Right.
I just found that Facebook group this week thanks to Dave. I had no idea there was a Facebook group for all this.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got into Discord like a month ago. There's so many platforms now. I'm like, I can't. I heard one of you guys mention Discord. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in Discord. I just like,
What's
I
the
forgot.
Discord you're in, Ray?
Oh man, that's a good question. I
Animal
can tell you in a minute.
Yeah, because Matt and I are in. Hold on.
Dave knows. I don't know what I'm in. I just opened the app.
It's
and look what
coin
suits up.
trading cards. I can send you I can send you an invite to it.
Okay.
Yeah. And
It
stuff.
tells me I'm in BGD Sports Cards
I don't know that one.
What is it,
and
Ray?
B is in boy, G is in girl, D is in David. BGD
Oh, I'm in that
Sports
one. I'm in
and
that one with you.
coin trading cards
Yep.
and breakout cards.
Okay. That's Ryan
Cool.
Nolan, right?
Yeah.
Well, I need to get in those other two. You can just send me the invite for. Yeah. So you're already in the coined one,
Okay. Yeah, I am.
right? What's
Yep.
your name in there?
God.
You don't even know.
Incognito mode.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Just send me an invite for Ryan's and the
Okay.
the other one too. I'm always like, Matt knows me, and so does Scott. I window shop right now, and then
Okay.
I'm looking for a Christmas gift for myself.
Nice.
I'm hoping to make it back up to Virginia, to the little honey hole spot that I found last year.
All
You need to go to Chantilly if you're that close to in the area.
From there to Chantilly, I think is another couple hours or something.
You go
No.
meet up with.
Well, Chantilly's up by DC, so that's another I want to say maybe 3 hours from down by Norfolk.
Okay.
Yeah, down
You
by.
got
is it
Snoop
Williamsburg?
and Snoop's there, and Big Scott usually goes to that show, I think, or used to.
I don't know. I think Andrew. I think enough said. He
Yeah,
goes.
Nuff said does for
Yeah.
sure. I'm always amazed he still finds things. I feel like he's already got all the crazy high-end pre-war stuff, but invariably he'll come up with something at every show. Like his recap for the National, I was like, Jiminy Christmas. Fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, I just learned that Nuff said was a dead ball era, person or player, something. I can't remember. I didn't read into it, but he was the guy that did the crowds, riled up the crowd and was loud and stuff during the games.
Crazy
So-
George.
Yeah, I think so, but it was like Nuff said. I have to look it up real quick. It's like, thanks, Scott. You're. I gotta.
Orlando, where are you going to see Ryan?
Huh?
I was just reading what Orlando is going to meet up with Ryan.
Oh, it's Michael T. McGrivy, was an American businessman and baseball fanatic, who was a leader of the most vocal fans of the Boston Americans, known as the Royal Rooters, and owner of a Boston bar called the Third Base Saloon.
Right.
So, yeah. So his nickname was Nuff Said. So, and I think that's what the picture of enough said.
Enough said, McGreevy.
Yeah. So
I look forward to his year-end recap where he shows his top cards again.
I'm still trying to invite Dave here on that. Dave, what's your name? I think I finally figured out how to send an invite.
oh, it's the same as mine. Legends of the Dugout. Or you want my
Whatever. All right, Legends of the Dugout, copy, send invite.
I don't know what's it gonna go to, but
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I should. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I had to have Dave do I had to FaceTime Dave to even get logged in. I don't know how to use that stuff.
no, I send it through the text message. If you just share it through that, we can talk later and stuff and figure it out then, right? No need to do it now.
Okay.
Maybe during the draft. Give
Oh,
us
that's
some-
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I have no players picked out, so.
Dave did the draft order, I think, today, right? Yeah.
No,
Pretty
it
sure.
was. I thought it was Huck.
Oh man, I'm in 2 YouTube leagues. That's why.
That's a lot of work.
I forgot I'm in 2 of them. We just got the draft order on one of them tonight.
No, he didn't. No, that. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know when
won't.
that's coming out.
We probably won't know till like an hour before, or like right before the draft.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything yet. I don't even know. I don't even know.
So Matt, I hear you got a new quarterback in Dallas.
I wouldn't even be able to tell you. I haven't kept up with. I'm in trouble for this fantasy football league. I don't know who's on which team. I wish there were baseball.
Well, Trey Lance got moved.
Oh,
Trey
really?
Lance is coming to back up Dallas. Yeah,
Wow,
back up Prescott.
that's sending a strong message.
So I guess they're pretty confident what they have in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Now, is he able to even play? Like he had an injury right at the beginning of the season or whatever, right?
Yeah, he's back. He's healthy.
Shows you what I know. That's why my team name in this league that they're talking about is called Dead Money, because I have no idea who anybody even is. I'm not sure if we're doing it for money or not, but if we are, it's already spent or donated, whatever the word is. Ray can buy some more Schmidt cards.
I don't think he'll play much.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, who knows? You never know.
I don't know how well I'll do. That's why I'm the water boy.
There you go. Yeah. Something wrong in medulla oblongata.
My mama said.
Pooch balls the devil. Am I going to any games anytime soon? Any baseball games? We're rounding up into the season.
Nope.
I've been the one this year.
Just to the bank one time?
Yeah.
I've been the 2 when you were with Matt.
Yeah, that was a heck of a week.
Yeah. But we went to the Brewers game on Tuesday night and then White Sox game on Saturday night.
Oh wow, Miller Park looks like a great park.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were
That's
out in San Francisco. We did the game there at the AT&T. I don't know what's even called anymore. And then Rangers game. I've been to 4 stadiums this year, but yeah, not enough.
Wow. I think San Fran's Oracle
Okay. Yeah.
Oracle Park. I think
Yeah.
it used to be
Yeah.
Pac Bell and
AT&T and everyone else.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a
Oracle
nice
needed
stadium
someone
right there on the
to,
water.
Oracle needed
Right.
to spend some money. They didn't have Oracle Arena in Oakland anymore, and
Yeah, true. Did you go to
A's
McCovey
are moving
Cove?
out. Did you go to Coliseum, Matt?
We went where the new stadium is for Golden State, and 'cause my son's a Warriors fan, to buy him a sweatshirt. It's really nice down there. It's like brand new.
Yeah.
My wife's talking about she's a Niners fan, so we're talking about trying to fly out there when like there's a weekend where the Niners will play, and then the Orioles have a game in town, maybe to try to go out there for like a weekend or something.
That's cool.
We'll have to see though, because I mean, how many more years Curry's going to play, right? So
True.
we haven't seen him yet, and he when they came to Dallas, because we were like the weakest of like for at least for several years there, the Spurs and Rockets were better, and so when he did that road like that 3-game swing, he'd always rest in Dallas, and so I wasn't going to pay like $800 to watch him sit on the bench.
Right. I don't blame you. Yeah.
Yeah, the Texas Triangle.
That's what it is. Thank you. Yeah. But now that the teams aren't that great, well, then we'll see. They got the whatever his name is. But I can't pronounce the guy's name. Spurs new guy.
Oh, the rookie,
The 7-6 guy or whatever his name is.
Benwa Abanyaba or something. It's like 7'20".
I just think Sean Bradley when I see him though. Like,
yeah,
I know
exactly. Yeah,
but I'm like, if he falls wrong, he's gonna break something, right? It's too tall. You're too high.
He's really thin. Yeah.
Manute Bol.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Better comparison, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, Manute Bol, Sean Bradley, definitely.
Because we had Bradley here, and it was painful to watch because he'd fall like in slow motion. You know, he broke something or hurt something.
Yeah.
Then of course he had that terrible bike accident, so I shouldn't talk badly of him, right? But
yeah, I didn't know about that until I saw him less than a year ago. He was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's paralyzed from like the waist down or whatever. Quadriplegic. Even quadriplegic. It's really bad. Yeah.
Jeez, that's terrible.
That's why I don't exercise. It's safer that way. I figured out the system. I'm just going to rely on modern science to save me. And then if
you don't
not,
have
like,
any
if I
muscle
baseball card sooner, it's fine. It's a win-win.
If you don't have any muscles, you can't pull anything.
Exactly. Yeah. And muscle weighs more than fat. I got all this figured out, guys.
I believe that. You know, I think all these players today, they're all more bigger, stronger, muscular, and yet they're getting hurt more often. That tells you something.
Yeah.
They need to eat more donuts and eat more spaghetti and forget about the weightlifting.
Dip some more, eat some hot dogs, drink a beer while you're in the
That's
dugout.
right. You know what? They never got hurt.
You know,
You don't hear about the oblique injury as much as you used to.
That's
Remember
totally
that?
true. That's
So what,
yeah.
what happened? What did they change?
Sabathia retired. He always tore his oblique. Remember Sabathia?
Yeah.
I think he tore it like twice or whatever, right? But yeah. Big guy.
There
Yeah, I
had to
don't
be an
know.
exercise that they were doing that was causing that injury, because all of a sudden you don't. I mean, it still happens, but you don't hear about it as much.
Right. I don't know. These guys are getting hurt like crazy.
There you go, Orlando. You better believe it. That's about it. My steps. I think Apple was worried about me. They're like, "Oh my God, you're walking around way too much, way more than your normal average."
sit down, Matt. Sit down.
Yeah.
I said, "I'll get up and walk." Sit down.
Well, I had to get rid of my Apple Watch because they used to always like say, calm down or breathe normally or whatever. All those alerts they give you, I'm like, I'm done with this thing. I never wore it again. I'm like, I don't need that much assistance in my life.
Dave, were those Heartland statues behind you?
No. Upper Deck.
Scott's got some.
Oh,
I
those
got
are
three of the originals.
Yeah, those are Series 1, I think, of Upper
can grab
Deck, and
them.
then there's a LeBron James rookie year up there.
Nice. I just picked up a couple of Heartlands from the basement find for Dave Blue Jacket 66 dad.
Oh, nice.
Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron.
Do you have them with you?
Yeah, they're upstairs. But the thing is that these are the 25th anniversary one, which I didn't care. I just wanted. I mean, they're really, really nice.
They're in the boxes. The boxes still, right?
Yeah, and there's a channel. How I really there. That's nice. That's sweet.
Who's that?
I got that
Killebrew.
at the National. It's missing the plate.
Well, you found the bat.
Oh,
I found a replacement bat.
man down.
Like I said, my
Still,
bat's shorter.
have an old
My bat's not as
Matthews.
long as your bat. I got bad envy. You got the
now,
Matthews,
And
right?
then I got
Is-
a Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. Oh yeah. There
Yeah,
is a
Stu,
Willie
you
Mays.
just showed this in a video, didn't you?
In the
Yeah.
live stream, right?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it. I think I saw it somewhere.
Are those the originals or the 25th anniversary?
They're the originals.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this one with Dave when we were at the. We went to a baseball card store in Waukegan, Jim and Steve's, right before the card show opened on that Wednesday, I guess. So I was texting Scott to make sure it was real, right? Because I don't know how to tell the 63 versus the 88. So
What's crazy is we go to a card shop on during the opening day of the National.
we couldn't wait. I was tired of waiting.
I found a channel on here that is really, really good, and he did a 2-part episode on the Heartland statues, and that's what got me. I mean, I always knew about them, but watching this 2-part series was just unbelievable. I'm gonna find you the name in a second, but
Was it Stuff of Greatness?
yeah, Stuff of Greatness, TSOG.
He's got a great channel.
Yeah, I highly recommend checking that
Yep.
channel out.
Mhm.
And he has the original, and he explained the whole history about it. And there's 18 players, 15 are Hall of Famers. The Nellie Fox is the toughest one, like the rarest.
The Groat's pretty rare too, right?
And the Dick, I was about
Yeah.
to say, and the Dick Groat is pretty rare too.
Yeah, and the Rocky Colavito. It's
Yeah.
pretty tough. The only
But
tiger.
I just wanted them. I was like, I figured the originals are probably pretty expensive, so I'm happy to get the reissue ones from 1988. They look great, so I'm hoping to get more of them from that basement find in the near future. So I'd like to just get all 18.
So, Matt, what was the name of the card shop we went to? Because they had a bunch left in there.
Yeah, Jim and Steve Sports Cards. It's in Waukegan, just north of Chicago. Been there for like 40 years, 40-some years, he and his dad.
They had
Nice.
probably like a dozen, or
Yeah.
something like that in there.
They had a Williams reprint. I don't think you said you had the Williams yet. It looked really nice. I say reprint. They're still like, the thing about it is they didn't make millions. It's not like starting lineups where they made just a ton of them, right? Like it's not way overproduced. And so even the 88 ones are still, you don't see them every day, right?
Right,
So
exactly.
And you'll see more here because the 88s and the 60s ones were made in Heartland, Wisconsin. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot more in the Wisconsin, Illinois,
And how-
Minnesota.
How I
area.
found out how you could tell the difference and was on the reissue ones on the back of the player's jersey below the belt buckle. It has a circle with number 25 in there for 25th anniversary. Not to mention, it's also on the box, so a
Mhm.
lot easier to look at.
If you don't have the box, it's easier to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good point. Yeah, if you don't have a box, look at the back below the belt
Yeah.
buckle. There's a circle. It'll say 20. Yeah. See, that's original. You can tell there's no 25 below the belt buckle.
But it says
It's-
Harlan on the belt, on the
Right.
boot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because some of them say it on the armpit too, don't they? Sometimes on the sleeve.
Yeah. There's horses, there's Western, like
Yeah.
Wyatt Earp and those guys. There's all kinds.
Do they
Religious
do like
ones.
sports? Do they do like Packers and stuff too in Wisconsin or no?
Yeah, they have Packer Heartlands. They have NFL Heartlands. Like a running back and an offensive lineman for different
Oh, the
teams.
generic players. Okay, not like Bart Starr.
You
or
can
anything.
They give you numbers and you can make your own player. Like you can. There's a John Unitas and John Arnett from the Rams. I think those might be the only two specific players.
Was there any hockey or basketball?
No.
No. Kind of cool. They did like a Gordie
There's-
Howe stuff.
They made generic cake toppers like of golfers and bowlers,
Okay.
and maybe they do have a generic Heartland hockey player or something, but
Mhm.
It'd be a little one about half the size of these if they did.
Right.
But then I've seen big religious statues, like 12 inches tall, made by Heartland Plastics.
Speaking of cake toppers, for the baseball set, there's 18 players, and then there's the two. I think it's the minor leaguer and the little leaguer. It's called,
Mm-hmm.
and they were used originally as cake top. Got that from that channel. The Stuff of Greatness. That's such a cool channel, man.
And there's some of them came with magnets on the feet.
Yes.
I've seen the Hank Aaron with magnets on its feet, Matt.
Thanks, dude. I gotta get some more.
That's so you could put them on the old car dashes were metal back then. You could set them on your car dash, and they wouldn't slide around.
All right, now I'm on the lookout.
You're welcome.
I'm teasing. You know I love you, Scott. You found some great cards last time. I'm counting on November to be another big show for us.
I feel like Scott knows like
So-
everything out of every set. Like, nope, this wasn't there. Nope.
I'm still looking for that Lake to Lake.
Matt's going to learn it. Matt has a catalog now, so.
Oh yeah. No, it's been great. I literally spent, I don't know, 2 hours each probably so far. Bedtime reading, some light. I've literally thumbed through every page looking for Aaron. So I found some new ones. It's always good.
Nice.
Gotta find them in the wild now. Back to your point, Ray, right? You gotta find them someone
So
else.
what have you found that in there that you need?
Oh, I didn't mark the pages. I wanted to kind of go rediscover, right? I didn't like. I was just thumbing through. Like, I'd never heard of this set. It's something like 53 to 55. Started with an M. I probably can't find it on the fly, but yeah, this is a great book. I wish I had a computer with a CD-ROM drive, but I don't, because the CD is still in mine.
Hey, Dom.
Oh, Dom's in here now. Woo.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Man, what was I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so the book that you guys got, is that an updated version of the one that I have? Because that one goes from 1980 and before.
Yeah, this is through 2009, I think. But it has all the old stuff too, right? So, and they'll have a picture and then a little blurb about each set. It's really, really well done. Like,
what book is this?
I don't know. This is the one that Scott told me to get.
Oh yeah, the standard catalog. Yeah,
got it for like, I don't know, $20 ship, and this thing's massive. They probably didn't make any money.
A friend of mine has one. It's a white cover. I think it's from 2004, and man, it's got everything.
This is the one I got.
That's cool too. Yeah.
So, and then Orlando mentioned there's another one. You wanna? I guess it's. I solo myself on this one.
I don't know. I never saw that one.
Yeah. Hold on. Dang it.
I got a glare. I still can't. What does it say? What's it? Baseball.
Yeah, it's baseball and illustrated history. Jeffrey C. Burns and Ken Burns. Oh, Jeffrey C. Ward and Ken Burns. So,
Nice.
Okay.
I guess
The only part I don't like about that is that they still have the old L Stump Ty Cobb stuff in it.
So, and I just ordered the book, the T206 collection.
By Tom Zappola.
Yeah, I think so. It's on the back of Darren Return to Collecting. It's on his background.
Definitely recommend that book. That's a great book.
Yeah. My orders. Is it by?
A lot of it comes just from going to a lot of shows and looking at a lot of different stuff, and then getting
You have a
back
good memory
home and
too.
researching.
You have a heck of a memory, Scott. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that book.
I could text
That's a
Scott
great-
the most obscure card I think I could find, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I never know what that is." Like the 61 keychain. He knew immediately. No, like I've never even seen one of these. Of course, he already knows.
Well, you seem like the little
There's a
charm.
Roger Maris in that set.
Yeah, there you go.
I've
You're
got
see, like, a
some
little-
charms.
You got the charms?
I just have the little
Yeah, I've
thing.
got some
I don't have
charm.
like I don't have the plastic or the little necklace thing or whatever it goes on, or bracelet. But yeah, it's at PSA right now to get graded. Hopefully, they've only done like 3 of them so far, so I was worried because like the person I bought it from on ComC had it listed as 1960, so I was like, are they going to know it's 61?
Mhm.
They only graded like 100 and something of these total across all the cards.
Right.
But yeah, I love
Huh.
the obscure stuff. I love the top stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
Mhm.
the hunt is all the fun, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the hunt's that's the most fun. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now all the variations.
that
Like watching this
Wheaties-
exhibit thing. The exhibit thing that Scott did is just amazing. Like that set is intriguing. I wish I just knew enough. Like I've already bought one that was fake, so I'm scared to try to do what Scott's doing with it. But it's fun to watch from afar.
I can send you the checklist. It's a long one.
It's like 700 cards
Yeah.
now. You said right? 700 or 800.
749.
Jeez.
That includes
according-
the snapbacks.
Yeah. Way higher than what they have everywhere else. Like PSA is like 330 or something.
So, Stuke, do you have
Yeah.
any T206 cards?
No, I don't. Everybody else
neither.
collects them, so I don't collect them.
Yeah. I don't either.
I'll look
I'll
for stuff like I got this at the National.
The post serial. Oh wow, uncut.
There was a stack of uncut sheets, and I went through it, and this was in there.
Wow.
That's right
That's
up my
awesome.
alley. My two
Yeah,
guys
both your
on one
guys.
card.
Yeah, both your guys. That's awesome.
Yeah,
You get a good
That's
deal on
great.
that?
and it came. Yeah, I got a fairly good deal. I think I got $25 off or something like that.
Excuse me. That's cool.
That
Most Canadians are
Harmon
hard, though.
Killebrew Transagram box of Killebrew I got, they had it marked 125 and the guy took 80 for it. That was
Wow.
a real good deal.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, Scott, you have that Mickey Mantle piece close to you, like the game.
Which
I think
one?
was it? The game
Yeah, it's in a box somewhere.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that 8x10 you got. The Mickey Mantle 8x10. The Raquana, how are you saying? That one set?
Oh, the Rakina?
Rakina, sorry. I knew I was going to butcher it. Scott or Dom saying
It's right
stole
here.
that watch off from underneath them. He's kidding, of course, I'm sure.
Oh. This one?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's 8x10 and it's the only 9 so far.
Wow.
Does Blue Jacket know you have that? I bet he'd like to have that. Did you give him one of your like
I
PSA 8s or anything?
No.
Or even Orlando? I know Orlando collects Mickey.
I don't know if they like this big of an item though.
Yeah, maybe not. Won't fit in the safe by his bedside or whatever for Dave.
You don't have any more of those, do you, Scott? Or you sold them all?
No. Yeah, the guy that Dom bought the worst tobacco from bought the other mantles from me.
Oh, nice.
So you'll
Okay.
see him at the National next year in Cleveland probably.
Oh, his name was Mike, wasn't it? I know your friend was Mike.
No,
Who-
well, could have been a Mike. Yeah. Shane was the guy that had the worst tobacco, but I don't
okay,
think
Shane.
he was there when Dom bought the card.
Yeah, that's the same guy I bought my son.
But he runs all
poker off of.
Ultimate Collectibles card shop in Minnesota here.
Hey, Stuke, are you going to grade your Manny's Land team? You have the Manny's Land set, right? Are you going to grade those? Do we lose Scott?
Yeah, that's a what? I like the Maris better because it's got the facade of the stadium in the background, Yankee
that's
Stadium.
nice.
Flip it around, Stu.
And they are blank back, Orlando.
Yeah.
Nice.
God, I love the big items.
Mm-hmm.
You can see his Rawlings glove, so clear. Or Spalding. I mean Spalding.
How many came in that set, Scott?
Oh, there's probably around 10, maybe less.
Okay.
There's one with both Mickey and Roger. I know there's a postcard set of the same photos. And I've seen Yogi and a few other Yankees.
Okay.
Nice.
Has anybody been to the National in Cleveland?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
No, just Baltimore in 2012 and then Chicago this year.
Should have asked Scott, I guess,
Yeah.
before he left.
I heard
Always
good things
Chicago
about
for me.
Cleveland.
But
I
you're
heard
going to
rumors
Cleveland,
of-
right, Scott? You're going to Cleveland, though, right?
Thinking about it.
Oh,
I
come
should know
on.
by within the week.
Peer pressure.
Ray, you didn't go this year, right?
No. Mm-mm. I went last year to Atlantic City, and that was my second one.
You going to go next year?
Most likely, yeah. It's not that far of a drive. It's single digits, so I'm okay.
Hmm.
Once I get anything I hear past 10 hours, I'm like, I can't do that. So it's like maybe 6.5 hours. So I think I'm all right. Strongsville is only about a half hour less than Cleveland. So
Okay.
I'll be in Ohio twice next year, which is fine. It's cool.
Anybody hear about the vote for 26 yet?
Nope.
Come on, Rick.
Kinda.
I heard rumors that it might be Chicago, but no. Atlantic City.
Bingo.
$1,000 discount goes a long way.
The $1,000 incentive.
Yeah.
Well, they still have to finish the vote, but like you guys said, the incentive helps a lot.
I don't
But
know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they because they were well, the vote is for Chicago. It was Chicago, Atlanta, and Atlantic City. And it's not going to be Chicago because they already have it in 25 and 27. So it'd be 3 years in a row, which I know some people wouldn't mind that, but I think if they're trying to keep a rotation, 3 years in a row that's not really a rotation. So I'm thinking, it's definitely going to be between Atlanta and Atlantic City. But they had it once in Atlanta, and that was like almost 30 years ago, and it didn't go so well.
They
Plus it's
actually
too
had
hot.
it twice in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I went to it in '99, and there was more dealers than there were customers.
Mm.
That's what it seemed like. I didn't see
Yeah.
a person. I went up and I paid, no line to pay to get in. I walked in the hallway into the show. And that's where I started seeing people in the show.
wow.
It's mostly dealers. I don't even think Mr. Mint was at his table.
Mr. Rosen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think the other shows are starting to really, the regionals are, because they happen more often, the regionals, and like Chantilly, Philly, Dallas, Texas, White Plains, New York,
Midwest Monster. Then there's that one in Fishers too, right? Or whatever. That one that's in like Fishers, Indiana, whatever.
Yeah, and I keep hearing one up in the north area. What the heck is it?
They just had the North the was it Northeast National or something like that.
East Coast National, yeah.
Oh, East
Yeah,
Coast.
that's White Plains, New York. Yeah.
Okay.
They've been starting a bigger show in Minneapolis.
That's it. Yeah,
And-
Minneapolis. Yeah. That's
But
the other one I
I mean,
heard.
it's mostly newer cards,
Uh,
and they've been advertising as so many tables, but they're only 6-foot tables, so you can get a lot more tables in your show with they're 6 foot.
yeah, true.
I hear the Hickory is getting pretty decent. Hickory, North Carolina. That show's getting up there.
I mean, the Nashville show is pretty big too, from what I understand.
Which one?
The Nashville, Tennessee,
Okay, yeah.
because they do a few a year as well there.
Yeah, and I heard the dealers, that was part of what I heard last year was going to be the vote, one of the towns for the vote for 26, but it's not on the ballot right now. And dealers, from what I heard, really like the setup in Nashville. They like the area. They're trying to find something that's like neutral, where they want the majority of people driving and not flying because of the expense, I guess. So they're trying to keep it neutral, like St. Louis, Nashville, that kind of, centralized area. And the dealers, from what I heard, really like Nashville a lot. So I'm surprised that didn't get on the ballot this year. That was when I didn't see Nashville on there, I was shocked. Because you're right, Nashville's really cool setup.
How come Cleveland wasn't on the ballot for that year?
For 26, I guess because
Yeah.
they're doing 24. But then again, Chicago, they're doing 25. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
because I always thought it was like back and forth between Cleveland and Chicago. Cleveland,
Right.
Chicago.
Right.
You
Me
know.
too. That's what I thought too. But I don't know. We shall see.
I mean,
Supposed to
outside
be
of the
announced pretty soon.
outside of the AC issue, like the air conditioning issue, not Atlantic City, like Chicago was really good though, because the hotels are all right there across the street. Plenty of parking. Like I had to park on site every day. No issues. I heard there was like nightmares trying to park in Atlantic City.
Yeah, it was.
Like I parked, I mean, within, I don't know, maybe a couple extra feet than people at the hotel. It's $25 a day, which is pretty reasonable, I
Right.
thought. So
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is great.
All right. So if it's in Atlantic City, since you went that one, what's your opinion, your tips on that?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I personally didn't have any problems with it. Of course, I'm going to say that because it's an hour and 15-minute drive. But I got there early, so parking was empty. When I got into the garage, I had to pick up the litter to park there. So I didn't experience the parking problem, but I understood it once I talked to a lot of people afterwards. And as far as air conditioning, we didn't have any problem with that like Chicago did. And the other issue that people were concerned about was the surrounding areas of Atlantic City. So, and the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was wasn't an issue for me. I found out that my provider that I used was the same provider that the building was using. So I guess maybe that's why I wasn't having an issue. I was getting like crazy in Atlantic City. It was no problem. But people need that. Dealers need comps. They need to. They can't make a sale if they can't, or negotiate with someone to sell something. So I think that's an easy fix, in my opinion, for them to get a bigger server or something like that to get a better Wi-Fi connection. Parking, that's an easy fix too. They can get shuttle buses, which they used to do a lot in Atlantic City, for people that park far away to see shows to come in. You can have parking a block away, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and then offer a shuttle to go so that people don't have to walk. So as far as the surrounding area, I don't think there's anything they can do about that. It is what it is. When I went last year, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I was talking to the promoter, and Tom Zappa and a couple other people. We were sitting around having lunch, and the dealers really loved Atlantic City. They loved the setup last year. It was humongous, because the last time, the previous years before that, 21, 20, not 20, but 21, 19, 18, 17, one of the biggest complaints was how people couldn't like get to a table. Like it was 10 deep at every table. So people couldn't stop at every table. They just keep on walking. When I went to Atlantic City, there was so much aisle space that they created that around every table, maybe it was 2-3 people deep at the most. So you got a chance to see every table, and the dealers loved that. The dealers loved that people were able to stop at every one of the tables. So it was more stoppages is more sales. So, there was a lot of good things. And of course, the incentive that I heard about a couple weeks ago, that's going to go fairly far. How far, I don't know. But the space in Atlantic City was really good last year. The dealers loved it. Parking, I think, is an easy fix, and Wi-Fi, that's an easy fix. As far as the surrounding area, I don't know what they could do about that, but I would love to see them have it. The other problem with Atlantic City is there's no airport. Everybody has to fly into Philadelphia and drive an hour and 15, whatever, from the airport to go to Atlantic City. I always wondered why they picked that area to begin with, but Philadelphia, as big as the city it is, they don't have a convention center that would be big enough to hold it.
What about like hotels, Airbnb? Like, what would you like do different?
For Atlantic City, they're around, not in Atlantic City, but the towns outside of it. Like there's a town called Brigantine and Pleasantville, Absecon. Because I was going to stay overnight at a house, and it was very affordable. I was going to stay 3 or 4 nights, and it was maybe $150 a night, and it was a house. It wasn't a hotel. It was like a 3-bedroom rancher house, because a lot of people down there, as an investment, they rent out their condos or their houses for the summer. And so there's a lot of those, and it was maybe driving distance a couple miles from the house to go into the convention center in Atlantic City. I would recommend, I wouldn't stay in Atlantic City. To answer that question, I wouldn't stay there. I would stay in the towns right outside of there. It's maybe 3 miles at a hotel or a house or a B&B or something like that, and you drive from there to the convention center. And hopefully the parking will be solved from now till then, if they have it again, which I think they will. With maybe shuttles or something like that, as far as getting people from the parking lots there. But as far as staying overnight, I would stay right outside. In my opinion, definitely, okay. I would stay right outside. I didn't have to stay anywhere because I was driving. But what's that?
I hear the national promoters don't have to pay for the use of the convention center.
That's the big thing. Yep. Yeah. And that just puts it right over. That's the icing on the cake right there. They had to come up big. They did. They had their thing. They had their meeting, but they still have to hold the vote. I know the dealers like the setup, but like you said, they offered it for free. Can't beat free.
No. Pass that on to the collectors.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the table prices in Chicago were. I was talking to Chris Sewell from Baseball Collector, Investor, Dealer, in that order, and he wanted to get a table. I think, I can't remember, it was like 5,500, 5,000, something like that. I was like, what? So, and that's probably because of the expense that the promoter has to pay to the venue. Well, if the promoter doesn't have that cost now from the venue, they should pass that down to the dealers to charge them less for the tables, in my opinion, so that maybe then that goes down to the collectors as well, that they'll lower their prices on things. It's a trickles down effect, but yeah, free is good, and that should help the price of tables for dealers. And I try to explain to people, I understand that they'd like to have the safety issue around the area and easy parking, but I hate to say it, but the bottom line is the bottom line, and that is, free is good, and incentives are good, and space is good, so they can get more traffic at their tables, and that's what the dealers are looking at. I don't think the dealers are really looking at, well, there's not a lot of great restaurants around here. Collectors are, but the dealers are the ones really making the call, because that's who's really taking the vote. They're not. It's a shame they don't ask the collectors to vote, but they don't. So when you ask the dealers aren't thinking about the neighborhood or the hotel stay and food and things like that. They're looking at, all right, what's it going to cost me? How much traffic am I going to get at the table? And boom. But
Was the convention center near the casinos, Ray, or where is it at in proximity?
yeah, it's the casinos are close to there. There's tons of them. They're walking distance to the casinos. I never had a problem around there, and I can understand people from out of the area hearing stories and stuff. But to me, a lot of cities have a lot of problems anyway. I don't know. I don't know where it got over exaggerated in the past few years. I lived near there, and I can tell you, I've been going to Atlantic City since I was 5 years old. Never had any issues walking around the Jersey Shore, like Wildwood, Ocean City, Atlantic City. It's always been, it's the shore.
Have you heard anybody else have horror stories of why they were there?
Not like with any safety things. I mean, I heard friend of mine tell me that they heard a couple dealers got stuff stolen. I don't know if it was in parking lots or I don't know, but as far as the regular collectors in the area, the only stories I were hearing were like parking. I heard one friend of mine, which was crazy, drove all the way down there, parking was full, and went home. I was like, dude, you're there. You might as well, even if you got to walk 4 blocks, just walk it. You drove almost 2 hours. But yeah, that's like the issue I was hearing from people that were going down there mainly was the parking was full, and they couldn't get Wi-Fi, and to look up comms.
Which
I don't
is
know.
closer, Ray? Is it Newark? Is Newark closer to fly in, or is Philadelphia?
Probably Newark. Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia is 52 miles from Atlantic City, so it's about an hour and 15, which is I'm outside of Philly. I'm about 8 miles outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs, and it takes me 15, 20 minutes to get to the city, and then from the city to Atlantic City, an hour and 15. So for me, it was about an hour and a half, but Newark is probably closer. It's probably maybe closer. Newark, I'm not really sure. Mookie's saying Philly's closer. Could be.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm going to look it up now. But Mookie's probably right. Oh yeah, Newark to Atlantic City, hour and 55 minutes.
Wow. So Newark is northern Jersey. Newark is North Jersey, like close to New York.
Yep.
And I think as far as appearance-wise and safety-wise, I think Philly's probably a lot better than Newark.
Okay. With the parking issue and stuff, is it just multiple parking garages that were full, or is it just there was limited parking garages? Like
I don't know. I mean, when I went there, I went to the main convention center garage, and like I said, I drove in. The the show opens at, I don't know, 9 or 10. I got there about 8, and it was completely wide open every day I went. So I don't know if they were talking about the convention center parking lot was full and the other places were full as well. They just said there was no parking. That's all I kept hearing, was like, there's no parking, there's no parking, there's no parking. And I'm like, I got there 8:30, and there was like 20 cars in the garage, and I parked near the elevator in the garage and up in 2 seconds. And it's not like I camped out and got there at 6 a.m. I got there like 8:30, like less than an hour before the show started, and it was wide open. So I'm not sure where they were talking about where it was full, but I felt I understood what everyone was talking about. Like, it sucks. It's like, it's stressful. I get that. It's like, nobody wants to. You're driving around in a parking garage for an hour and you don't see a space. I deal with that a lot. That stinks. But I'm not sure exactly where they were talking about. It had to be the convention center garage.
Okay. I want to touch on another thing that you said, because like everybody mentioned it last year too, was like talking about the Wi-Fi
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, because when we were at the National, I didn't get on Wi-Fi at all. I could, I just stayed on regular cell service and everything in there, and I had no issue at all.
Me neither.
I could find my daughter. So, I mean, I don't know if people were just trying to connect to Wi-Fi, or was just too much in there because they thought that was the best way, or no, there's no cell service either.
I didn't even try to connect to the building convention center's Wi-Fi. I just was on my regular cell service. I use Metro PCS, which is owned by, I think, T-Mobile now. And someone said, "Oh, well, I think the building uses T-Mobile, so maybe that's why you're having a clear signal." I'm like, I don't know. I said, I'm not typing in any password for the Wi-Fi service here. I just got on with absolutely no problem. I think there was one area where it was going really slow in the convention center, and that was in the center. I call it the carpet area, where there was all the paninis and the corporates. Right in the center, it was just going slower. But once I left the carpet area, anywhere else in the convention center, I looked up comps like crazy. I just looked up anything I wanted to look up. I don't know. I just I was baffled when I was hearing these nightmare stories. Like, wow, really? I was like, I didn't have any issues with that stuff. I don't know. I believe it. I mean, there was friends of mine that lived near here in the state, and they were like, "Oh my God, I couldn't get any signal. Parking was full." I was like, "Jeez, that stinks." So, hopefully I mean, I know I went in 16 and it was tight. Let me tell you, and it was hot. Those two things were improved from 16 to 22. Like, it was 10 times bigger, and it wasn't hot. So now, if they have it in 26 and they hear about internet and parking, they got 3 years to fix that. So, we'll see. I know Chicago, I heard, was like an oven. I was hearing a lot of people every day. Now, maybe it was because it was so packed. They broke a record from what I heard of how many people were there. First day I heard was 60-some thousand people. I was like, that's got to be a typo. That can't be.
Did
They reached
ever
100. Yeah, it was
they-
over 100. It broke the record. It broke the record that was held in, I think, Anaheim in the early 90s, which they had 100, and this broke the record. I'm absolutely certain this broke the record.
I was looking for attendance numbers, but I never did see where it was posted.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like it was like 110, and the first day was like 68.
So you got to look at that. That's probably what the number of ticket sales that were probably sold. That's not including like Matt and I like bringing our kid that's
Right.
12 and under, in there.
Right. Exactly.
And dealers, I think, give out some passes as well. They get X number, I think.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how they kept track. I mean, there's walk-ups. People just, oh, what's this? And they're just walking up. Yeah, I heard it was just jam-packed. But at the same time, I heard it was 2-3 times bigger than before.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it was my first time going to the Chicago one, and it was massive in
Yeah.
there. And then I guess the one back section to it, like you can feel the heat when you get back there. I mean, it was hot, and then there's
Wow.
other areas that was, not
That's
that
fine.
bad. And then
Yeah.
you get over to the VIP lounge area, you get like outside of the floor, and it's like carpeted, and it was like air conditioned. I'm cold in there.
It was nice.
I think this national's just growing every year, and I think it's just hard for all the cities to keep up with what they need to do. Like they're saying, all right, well, last time we had 10,000 a day, we'll plan it for 20, and then they have 30. Or all right, we'll double the strength of the internet, but because the population was so strong that they needed to quadruple it, so it's like every time they try and improve it, something else tops it. So I think because the show's just getting so huge that maybe the promoters are having a hard time keeping up with the growth of the national. It's just getting unbelievably huge.
Cleveland will be a smaller area next year too.
Yeah, well, from what I heard, I've never been there. I heard it's much smaller. So
But there's a lot
interesting
of
what
folks
they
About
do.
60, something like that.
What's that?
I heard it was going to be like 60 or so less booths at Cleveland. They took out the Ferris wheel, so there's no more Ferris wheel.
We needed the Ferris wheel though.
That's where the CGC arcade's going. No, that I'm telling you that arcade that CGC had thing for the kids to do
Really
was
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my son was there, Matt's son was there, hanging out, just winning stuff. I mean, like this is one of the things. Like it was a graded card. They were
Nice.
for tokens, and you get here,
Right.
pick a card, and they
Nice.
had graded comic books and t-shirts, hats, backpacks, koozies. I had all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, that's cool when they make it for kids like that, interactive and fun.
Mhm.
Oh I mean, that's a home run. No pun intended, but that's a home run. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I heard they have boxing, right, Dave?
Oh yeah.
A lot of controversy around that backpack.
Yeah. Yeah, but did you hear Theo's what he said? Like when I hit it, he was like, "Oh shit." But we might have to make that a tradition if it's there. Rematch every year.
Or we'll have to find like a Dave and Buster's or something to go to find that arcade game.
I don't know why the National does. I thought of this years ago. Why is it just got to be once a year? Like, why not have it twice a year?
Oh.
I mean,
it takes the ambience of it off. It's like it's twice a year.
It's the build up, the build up for it. I get that, yeah.
You can't have 2 Super Bowls in 1 year, right?
True.
Well, it's like you said earlier.
Although if they did, it probably would be just as viewed, and who knows?
Yeah,
but
It's
yeah,
like you said earlier, all the regional shows are really picking up.
They're really growing, yeah.
You got Dallas and all the East Coast shows.
Yeah.
Florida's having some good shows, I hear.
Yeah. Yeah, because people don't want to wait once a year. They want more shows that if they're within a decent distance, they'll go to it. And
we get smaller shows just about every weekend, sometimes 2 here. So
Duke, have Have you been down to the Des Moines one? That's not too bad of a drive for you.
I went about a year and a half ago. It was a pretty good show.
Yeah, I went in the
Nice.
spring and I thought it was really nice, and I think they've got it again in October.
Yeah.
Cool.
At a fair amount of vintage, if that's what you're looking for. Which
It's about 200 tables too. It's a pretty
That's
good
a
show.
nice size. Yeah. That's a real nice size.
And the one I went to, they had a wrestling match after the show in the same room that the show was in. And you could stick around and watch wrestling, like minor league pro wrestling.
Cool.
It was like a free concert after a baseball game.
That's awesome. Yeah.
The amateur stuff. Next thing we know, next up is midget tossing.
I guess that wrestling match got pretty raunchy. R-rated.
Jello, mud.
Worse than that. One of the wrestlers had like a jock strap on or something like that. It's pretty bad.
Oh, geez.
I don't even want to picture that.
That's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, I don't need that. Nice weather we're having.
Not here. Not here.
I'm trying to change the subject
I'm
here.
with you.
I don't want to be thinking about that as I go to bed.
Things and nightmares.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm unsubscribing to that guy.
Yes.
That's amateur. That's a professional wrestling minor leagues for you.
Well, thank you.
So beware if you go to it.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess I'm not going back to Des Moines. Cancel
remember
that.
back in the days there were shows every weekend and they weren't huge shows, they were like certain little hotels with like 60 to 100 tables. And
Are we talking about wrestling or card show, Ray?
card show.
Card shows, yeah.
I'm trying to get that image out of your mind.
They're coming back too.
No, we're still circling back to that.
No.
The little monthly shows at the hotels are coming back too.
Yeah. Well, I was at one 2 weeks ago at the Doubletree Hotel. It was the Phillies 83 and 93 reunions, and they had 75 tables. And that's what I was used to in the 90s. Every weekend would be like little Best Westerns or Holiday Inns, and it was fantastic. It was great.
$1 or $2 to get in. Don't you miss those?
Yeah,
days?
$1 or $2 to get in, and they had great signers. They had the best signers. I had a 500 Home Run Club poster that took me 6-7 years to sign. And in New Jersey at Cherry Hill Racetrack, of all places, they had the best show. It was phenomenal. Got Hank Aaron there, Willie McCovey, Eddie Matthews, Willie Mays, other players off of that poster. I had Tony Gwynn, Ken Griffey Jr. It was great, and it was like maybe 100 tables, but I hope they still come back. Oh my God. The autographs, I think the most expensive one was Hank Aaron. I think it was $60. Yeah. $60.
Mickey Mantle was 15 when he was in the Twin Cities.
Yeah. A friend of mine has a
90s.
card, early 80s from the Philly show. Was $8 for Mickey Mantle. I was like, oh my God, if I had a DeLorean, I would go back so fast.
So you talk about, where is it? There's a, you guys are like the top three were on here. I had this magazine here,
Cool.
right? and inside is a value guide,
Uh-huh.
right? So like we were going over like prices in this thing. Yeah. For a T206, right? Like just like for a Cobb, right? Red, $120.
Oh my God.
The green, 160. Bat on shoulder, 125. Bat on shoulder away, 125. You know, I'm just like, what? Like, let's see if I could find the car, the Matthewson. Oh, $35.
Oh God.
You know, I mean, it's just nuts. Is like looking at just at that part of it, of how much these cards were. I think what was the Let me find the 54 Aaron in here real quick because
Probably a
let's see.
buck.
54.
Oh my God.
No,
Buck or
hold
two.
on.
Nah, probably $40, $50. maybe.
75 bucks. He got the whole thing in 82. It should be worth a little more than a buck.
Let's see. Okay, Aaron, and this one was $125.
Big
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah. Let's see, a 52 Mantle, $850.
That was huge.
Yeah. I don't even know what year this was. I think it was like 84, 85 or something like that. This magazine came
Right.
from. You know, so
Yeah, I have a baseball card magazine. The first one that came out, issue 1. It's 1981, and I look at it all the time, and it's the prices are like, yeah. I think the Wagner was the most expensive one, and it was like 1,500, and Mickey Mantle's was under 1,000, and it was just, I'm like, wow, man, how things have really changed.
yeah. But I mean, I guess if you look at like today's time, like our prices now are probably, you know, like pretty expensive, you know, then too. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Oh
$35,
yeah.
like I don't really know if I want to spend $35 on this card,
Right.
you know, especially 850, you know.
And my friends and I were talking about something similar to that a couple weeks ago. I would say probably less than 20 years ago, one of my friends had a chance to get like a PSA 1 Mickey Mantle, and it was like maybe a $1,500 card for a 1. Back then, we couldn't contemplate spending that kind of money on a 1. You just like, nah, man, you want like at least a 6, 7, or 8. That's too much money for a 1. You know, now obviously that was a mistake. That a 1 is still like for a card like that, but just our thinkings back then, like 20 years ago, even in the late 90s, like, or mid 90s, you know, to get a low grade 1 type of card and spending $1,000, $2,000, we just couldn't fathom that. It just didn't make sense to do that. Oh, it's a rag, you know, it's got 13 creases on it. It's got paper loss. Don't want that. Now today, people would get that card. They wouldn't care if it was ripped up in pieces and taped back together. They would, I still want it.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's crazy.
Just to have it in the collection.
Just to have that, yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, this book, Scott. This is from 75, and it said the Wagner is valued at just more than $1,500. And the
What year?
plank's 75.
Yeah.
And the plank's $550.
And that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money back then.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot.
They didn't even break out the cost for the Cobbs. Like they were all just like, you know, $1 to $3 is what it says per other card.
Yeah.
Different time, different thing. Like
Shouldas and wouldas.
Let me ask you guys this question. This has been weighing on my mind for pondering it for the last few months. Do you feel that us as creators of content, like, kind of ruin the hobby a little bit by like, hey, look at, like, this is a rare this rare card, or this set here, or this
Beef
set
it
here.
up.
I get that it's like educating and like, hey,
Yeah.
this is like as an awareness kind of thing, but it also is like, oh, like here's this card. This is like really rare. Or they're very, very
Right.
little like this, and the next thing is somebody's like watching it and they're out trying to get it, and then the price hikes, going up, and then you're
Yeah.
out pricing yourself and everybody else on it.
That's a very good point. Yeah, we're beefing it up. We're we're like shooting ourselves in the foot kind of thing. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like we're beefing up we're making it more glorious and glamorous.
You
But
can't
I
even
don't.
find a Mike Schmidt anymore. Ray's been driving those prices. Hell,
I cornered the market. What kind of
that and Willie McCovey. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting into those.
they're all back here.
I know. I stare at them every week.
I haven't seen a Hank Aaron for a long time, Matt.
Hey, there's plenty here.
I'm sorry. Dave asked a real question and I made a joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's good because like my goal originally for going to the national, and Matt and Scott can testify to this, like on videos, like my goal was either getting the 54 Aaron or a 53 Mandel. And and I saved up and everything, and just like walking the floor, I couldn't find anything that was like appealing to me or in a price range. It was like
Right.
out of my range of things. So I like had to pivot and shift to something else and keep looking. And
Right.
I mean, I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find it. It was like a one. A one was like friggin', I don't know, like 1,800, $2,000 for a one, and like there's paper loss and everything else, creases across the face, and I'm like, I don't want that.
Right.
So
well, I think for me, watching folks like Ray and others who have been putting together like a Hall of Fame run, that's not something I ever did before until I started watching YouTube. I was solely focused on putting a completely graded 53 set together, and that was it. And so I don't have a big variety like Ray, Orlando, or you guys, or Stu. I don't have that. But more recently, probably in the last 6 months to a year, I have been starting to put runs together, buying Hall of Famers. And so like 68, I think I'm going to probably do that. So I probably have been influenced a little bit by some of you folks.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Yeah, because I've been on since 2015, so 8 years, and I was just I didn't have one graded card. I was just buying raw cards and putting them in binders of the rookies. I would put in screw downs. Yeah. And the all-stars would go into binders. But then, the YouTube community is definitely elevated the appeal to the cards, definitely.
Not only the appeal, but the awareness.
The awareness, everything.
Right. Because I didn't collect Gaudies. I'd have to probably travel 8 hours to find a Gaudi,
Right.
And so I've seen some of those, and they're really beautiful cards. I still don't own any, but I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know, maybe I ought to get one.
Right.
So,
Yeah. That was a good question, man. Yeah, I think definitely has. If this was more than 10 years ago, you probably wouldn't have had to worry about finding something in your range, And now with the social media, and not just YouTube, their Twitter and all these other boards and stuff, has increased the awareness and the appealness of that card, that the dealers know that now too. So they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And plus the pandemic didn't help either with
that. Didn't help neither. Yep.
But watching this, before I started creating content, like I like watching, everybody else's stuff, and it was just like, oh wow, like that's pretty cool. Like Dave Blue Jacket, like him, like, hey, this is how you tell a fake on the 53 Mantle or this and that. And it's like, I love those educational ones of it. And like, oh, there's like food and beverage issues, and like, here's tell the difference of this But I mean, yes, it's educational and awareness. But the next thing I know, I'm like looking up, eBay and whatever other sites and stuff, and learning about like Net 54. I didn't know about Net 54, and like Alex talking on his thing about Saber. I didn't know nothing about Saber.
Okay, hold on. Net 54.
Oh, but you gotta be on Net 54, Drew.
What?
Net 54 is great.
What's the other one? Blowout or
Blowout forums. Yeah, it's the other big one with a lot of chat. But like, the Net 54 is pretty focused on vintage, whereas Blowout's a little bit across the board, right?
Okay.
All right, I guess.
Like I forgot I was on Discord. There's just so many things to in social media that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I joined just Discord like a month ago, and I only went on once or twice, and I probably missed out on things. But between eBay and auction houses and YouTube and all these other things, it's like, oh my God, I forgot about Discord.
I did too. And when you mentioned that, I went and looked. And Stuke, I think you and I are in the same with Ray on that BGD.
How did I get to that?
I see it, Stuke, in there.
I didn't know.
I got to pull.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Stuke, you're in BGD.
I don't ever go there, but
no, I
This is how I found out about my Discord. I think it's like ballpark.
I believe you.
I'm staring at it. Unless there's two Stukes out there.
There was a channel called Ballpark Memories.
It's
That's his group, right? BGD.
Yeah.
Well, there's one that. Hold on, let me.
He's the younger gentleman, right? He kind of like, I don't know, does card shows.
Yeah. But he's the one that had the one going to the coined one. That's how I found that one.
Okay. I think I know what you mean.
Ballpark Memories. Yeah, the young kid that does vintage.
Yeah.
Like he's in his 20s and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I found out. Like he in his description or something, he has one of his videos. He talked about that Discord.
Exactly. That's the same with me. About a month ago, he was selling cars. He said, if you want to find out, check me out on Discord. I'm like, first of all, what's Discord? I didn't even know about that until a month ago.
Yeah. So the guy that runs the coined one is Jay Hoyland and stuff. He works for PWCC.
Okay.
Yeah. And I met him at the National. I talked to him a few times. I brought Orlando over there, about talking about his first football card, because he was planning on doing something with that and everything. So I met a couple people off there, at the National, pretty decent people. So,
yeah,
so if he works for PWCC, he works for Fanatics.
Now he does, yeah.
Fanatics bought PWCC.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, I'm watching one of his videos now, Ballpark Memories. He's on Twitter, Instagram, and he has an email, but he didn't post his Discord. So I remember messaging him once on one of his videos. He goes, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to put it in the description." So he's on Instagram. You can buy, Twitter, everywhere.
Yeah. There's another one too.
It's crazy.
Not another Discord, but another channel that's on here. It's hold on. Like he only did like 2 or 3 videos, and his name's Dylan. Hold on. Let's see. It's hold on. I know he's on the Discord. Talks among yourselves. Because he's always posting something in here. I gotta find it real quick.
So Drew, you're gonna start collecting like the Hall of Famers from each set. Is that what you're kind of alluding to? Starting with 68. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think I might start doing that. Yeah.
Like Mike's 4 decade set's crazy though. Because you get to the 70s and 80s, there's so many league leaders, and this. What did he say? It's like 4,000 cards he has to get, and he's got like 90% of them already, though, right?
That's incredible. Yeah. Maybe
Let me tell you something. I remember he called me one day the day he decided to do that. He ran it by me. Was like, let me ask him, what do you think? Am I crazy? I'm like, yeah,
Certifiable, right? No.
yeah. I said, and it was 3 decades then. It wasn't 4.
Yeah, no, I think they actually list them individually. Like he just called it the 4 decades. He's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, he started with 3,
Yeah.
and then he just the hell at the 50s still. And he said it. I said, dude, you're crazy, man. That's good. You know, and then he made sense. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm not, you know, it's the journey, you know, it's not like, you know, I got to have it done by this time. It's just like, I'm not going to finish that 300 set.
Well, you can't, right? There's like a Wagner, right? I mean, no
Yeah.
offense. Well, you can, I guess, right? You
I
need to win the
can't.
Powerball.
Yeah, if I get to, I have 210.
Yeah, if you get to like 250, 260, that's really, really good, right?
That's what I'm satisfied at, and that's it. You know,
There's even crazy stuff like the Griffey Jr. that first patch card's like $3,000 or $4,000. Like
Yep.
I'm not spending that for a patch card from the '90s.
not for a 90s card, exactly.
Like 90
Yeah.
year Griffey patch. It just happens to be the first patch ever a product released, right?
Right.
Not doing it.
Exactly. No, I totally. Yeah. Yeah.
It
So
doesn't for you to start something you know you're not going to finish.
I know that's what drives me crazy.
I mean, I'm kind of a completionist.
I
That's
think
the rub, right? That's the
that
rub with that set, though. Everyone knows I'm not going to finish it. Other than like, unless you're like I mean, there's like 3 or 4 people that have 100%. Of course, I've seen it, right? The Lone Star Collection or whatever. I think he sold his stuff now, right? But he had 100%.
Yeah.
2 other ones have 100%.
Right. And that's where, yeah, my 2 biggest sets are the 300 set and the post-war rookie, right? I know I'm not going to finish the 300 set. The post-war, maybe. I don't know. That's where I started going into player runs. And I started doing player runs right at the beginning of the pandemic, maybe a little before, because that you have a really good shot. All the toughest cards, the rookie. And then there's a couple of other ones after the rookie, you know, like, for example, McCovey, after his rookie, he has a 62 that's tough and a 66. That's about it. Everything else is kind of easy. So that's where the player runs have been really, for a lot of people, are starting to do that now because, like Drew said, you know, we're all pretty much completionists. You know, we really, I go nuts knowing I'm not going to finish that or I'm not going to finish this.
Mhm.
But at least with a player run, yeah, you have a 99% chance of finishing that. Once you get past the rookie, first few years.
Do you feel like you have to have a certain grade? Are you shooting for a certain grade on those?
I'm just trying to shoot for collector grades. So if it's a card from the 70s, I'll get a 7. If it's the 60s, I'll get a 6. But if there's particular cards, like say a 62 McCovey or 66, and even the collector's grades really expensive, then I'll just go 1 grade lower. I'll just get a 5 and just be happy with it. And it's just about ownership at that point. There was a couple of runs that I did when I did Yastrzemski. There was a couple years for him, like when I got to 71. Every player run I did, when I got to 71, I wanted to get a 7 like all the other cards from the 70s. But when I got to 71, I went down 1 grade to 6 because all the 71 black border cards are in PSA 7s are like crazy. I don't care what player it is. PSA 7s from 71 are like starting at $200.
When I started my 53 set, I was so naive. I said, well, everything's going to be a 5 or better.
Right.
You know, I didn't realize what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. You know, I'm the same way. But then there's a couple that I'll just say, you know, just get the card. You know, if it's only 1 grade off, who cares? And it looks nice. Eye appeal is the best appeal. You know, buy the card, not the grade. All that stuff that we hear all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm okay with it. You know, if I can't get the 6 and I get a 5, one of my Yastrzemskis, I got a 4. I was like, that's okay.
Yeah, I got some authentics and 1s for if it's only like top 5 or top 10.
Yeah,
it is what it is, right?
But I finished it. That was the thing. It was like I felt so happy when I finished it because my 2 main sets, I'm not gonna finish them. So at least with the player runs, I try and tell people, I'm like, do a player run.
What's your
like
two
so
main
much.
sets?
The 300 Great Baseball Card set by Mike Payne and the Post-War Rookie Hall of Fame set, which is everything from 48 to current day of a player's rookie card that's in the Hall of Fame. So DiMaggio won't be in there. Williams won't be in there because the rookies are before 48. So, but you got the 51 Bowman Mays and the 51 Bowman Mantle rookie. The 52 Topps Eddie Matthews rookie, which is insane.
Yeah, Jackie, Satchel,
Jackie and
Usual.
Satchel, yeah.
Von Barra.
Yeah. So
The
yeah,
Newhouser is really bad too. The Leaf Newhouser is expensive.
yeah, that's really expensive. PSA must have had a board meeting and said, we're going to create these set registries. People know they're not going to complete it, but they're going to try like their darndest to do it. And whoever created that set registry was a genius.
Yeah, you're right, Ray. It's brilliant. Yeah,
It's just like unbelievable because you're racking your brain. You want to finish it, and you're like,
well, I think that set registry's actually driven up prices.
it has. It definitely. I totally agree.
I mean, if you're in need of a, Ricky Henderson rookie PSA 9, 10s out of, and you're bidding on eBay on Greg Morris, which, everybody's diving in.
It's funny you mentioned that. When I was while I'm doing this 300 set, I was looking for the 76 Kurt Bavacqua bubblegum champ card.
Yeah.
And I went to a show and I asked for that. He goes, in all the years I've been doing this, no one's ever asked me for that. Why are you looking for that? I said, it's in a set registry. Then I saw the same guy a few months later. He goes, man, these set registries, they're like crazy. He goes, no one ever asked me for the Kurt Bavacqua bubblegum card. I said, well, it's in the set registry.
Dave talks about influencers. I think the PSA registry has been
I think they're the number one influencer. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's their secret sauce to their business model. It really is.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
totally agree.
For like me, I don't do the set registry, or so.
I so envy you because it's like you could just do what you want, man. And now it's like, oh man, I got to do this damn registry.
We love it and hate it at the same time. Is the problem, right? Because you love
it.
Yeah,
you love it because you like being in that. You have that competitiveness and completionness, and you feel like But then I look at other people do videos and they're just getting whatever they want. I'm like, man, I wish I could get that car, but it doesn't fit my stupid set. And I'm like, oh,
why can't you just do your whatever the set registry is there, and then just be like, all right, not even do it, just have it on for yourself and having different.
I want to do that. I really want to do it. I want to get a 33 Gaudi Jimmy Fox in the worst way.
Yeah.
And it's not in the 300 set, and it's not on my post-war set. But I want that card. And I'm going to. I know. I'm going to. Get it.
Jimmy Fox run.
And I'm
Jimmy Fox run.
Do a Jimmy Fox run. Yeah, that's true. Once they get past the 33, it's it's a little bit easier. But I thought about that for years, and I'm really close to getting a Jimmy Fox card. And but like Drew said, the set registries, they like brainwash you. They just take over.
I know. I need to see a therapist.
Dude, you and me both, man.
Can we just have this as our support group?
Here, let me take notes. And why are you doing this again? Why are you doing?
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm an addict to the PSA set registry.
Whose turn was it to bring donuts?
Exactly.
Did you look at the set registry today? No.
No.
Did you? Well, only once.
Hold on, let me minimize it.
Why does your history show 13 hours today looking at PSA set registry?
I said once. I looked at it once.
I only looked at it once. It was 13 hours straight, but it was only once.
I forgot to close the tab.
My wife must have been on it.
It says 27 straight hours.
Damn kids.
Well, when I looked at the set registry, I was I was
That's
entering some
funny.
cards in it just to see what happened. I'll enter a card. And, oh, 5 sets pop up that I could start.
See,
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I know. Every time I put a card, even for the McCovey run, they're like, there's 27 other sets that I could put in McCovey, and I'm like, wow, he's in the 500 home run club. Maybe I'll do that set too.
Dave, will you be my sponsor?
Yes,
All right.
I'm cheaper than therapy.
Yeah, we got a problem. Yeah.
I know. When I first entered my 53 set in, I was ranked like 45th. And then I didn't have the maze for a couple of years. I was pretty much done. And I loaded it up here, what a month ago. I'm like, 65th? What's going on here?
You've been slacking, Drew.
I know. Now I'm looking for cards to bump up my rank.
Upgrade. There you go. That's the problem. You're never over.
I know it.
My Mike Schmidt set registry, I was in the top 10 when I finished it. Now I'm 15th, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not looking at it. I'm not upgrading none of the cards. It's complete. It's done.
But you're talking about it. You're talking
I
about
was-
it. It's on your
No, I'm
mind.
not gonna do it. No, wait, man, no.
The rule here is you have to be honest. You care.
Matt, it was an example.
Oh, okay.
I saw that I was 8th, and then I'm 15th. I'm like, what happened, man? What the heck happened here? I'm like,
Damn you, Mike Moynihan.
Yeah, no, I passed Mike Moynihan and Hank Aaron, but he only collects like the base tops run, right? Which is still like 70 cards.
Mm.
But I was giving him crap. I texted him when I was right behind him. I'm like, hey, I'm coming for you.
well, the Hank Aaron base tops is 70 cards.
I think 76. Well, he has like 76 cards if you count like the league leaders, all the mass, like the master.
Oh, your league leaders, all stars, and
yeah.
okay.
Matt, maybe you don't want to do PSA.
No, no. Look, I already have, I don't know, over 100 of them. We'll see.
It's all right.
He's shaking his head.
You can't stop.
I'm just trying to think how many PSA graded cards I got in here. Less than 10.
You're safe. You're immune.
I probably got like less than 30 graded cards altogether.
He's strong.
Be strong. Don't come to the dark side.
It's a cult. It's really. I mean, once you start, you can't stop. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. The
reason I get here's the reason I get a lot of my stuff slabbed. I once had a cabinet card of Grover Cleveland, the president, that was signed. It was just sitting on my desk in a regular top load. I moved my chair around for some reason, and the card bent right in half. So now I get all my good stuff flat. You just never know when you're accidentally gonna break something.
So you can ask Matt. I was planning on grading some cards. I was at the National. I did not. The only card I did grade was my son's Pokemon card I bought him. That was it.
Yeah.
I graded it at CGC, and it came back as a pristine 10.
Nice.
So, and he's happy with it, and I'm happy with it.
That's cool.
I'm good. So,
Yeah, PSA was like 150. I didn't grade anything there. It was 150 a card at PSA. I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
I could get 10 cards at SGC.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then you do the value submissions, it's like 13 weeks. But it's really going to be longer than that, right? So it's like 6 months, probably, like 6 to 9 months is what the reality.
Right.
So I have to send them in phases because I can't go without. I don't want to have them all gone.
Don't tear up. You'll be all right.
I know. I'm thinking about it. No, I'm working through it. I'm over here having the shakes.
This damn registry.
The nice thing about the new, if you send in new cards, so they take pictures of everything, which I really like because I don't know.
Yeah, they started doing that.
I do like that.
Didn't SGC have a registry back in the day?
They used to. Yeah, they used to have one.
Do you think any of the other companies will create one?
CSG had one or has one or whatever they were. I was on there.
But they don't have one anymore, though.
No, they do. They merged it with their new CGC. So you gotta like look through Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all the other stuff to like look for your sport card registry.
Yeah, Matt's
They used
number
to own
15 on the
SBC.
registry for Mike Schmidt also.
No. Yeah. No, I was number 1 at CSG, but again, that meant nothing because no one used CSG, right? So I was the only one adding cards. It was just me, and I was fighting against myself, basically.
Damn you, Matt! Shut up, Matt.
I know. It's like just one more, just one more.
Yeah.
It's all good. Well, you guys want to wrap it up? It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah. Get out of here before Stuke
Sure.
starts showing us some of those autographed wrestling.
I just say
No pictures.
So,
No pictures. No picture Friday.
He got that corn cob autographed.
oh,
You had to bring that up, didn't you, Drew? Had to keep it going. No.
I had forgotten about it, guys.
did you notice the chat stopped when Stuke started talking about that?
Yeah, everyone left. I think it's just us. The 5 people I think are us.
No, I seen it drop down
Yeah.
to 4 with the 5 of us in there.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Ray and Drew, officially.
Yeah, it
Thanks
was
for
nice to meet
jumping
all you
on.
guys, man. I appreciate you
thank
having
you.
me on.
Thank you.
It was a lot of
Meeting you
fun.
guys.
Good
Hey,
to see you
Drew.
always, Scott. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Yeah, Drew, do you have anybody's phone number?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need you as a sponsor. Yeah.
Intervention. Time for an intervention.
Like I call 3 o'clock in the morning. Yo, I was on eBay. I almost bought this damn card.
My
Please
response, why
stop
didn't
me
you?
now.
Why didn't you?
I went for a bucky
Or
dent.
my registry.
I
I'm
called
sorry.
PSA. They
Was
put a
there
lock
a
on it.
real serious question in there somewhere? It's getting late, I guess. No, I don't have anybody's phone number.
so-
I have my email connected to my channel. If you want to email.
Mine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. Is that in the about on my homepage?
Yeah.
Same here.
You guys have mine?
Well, yeah, I have yours.
Yeah. Fantasy football.
Yeah.
I'll be the one in last place.
I'll be right ahead of you.
I don't have Ray's. I don't have yours, Ray.
It's 610.
You just throwing it out there in the live.
No one
Oh,
watches
yeah.
3 hours.
No
in,
one's
Dave.
on though right now.
You want me to end it? And we can do this after. Hey,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
all right, let me end it.
We can just stay on after. Yep.